Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to the Little Reader's house. I'm the Little Reader, and you're in my house. And we're finally face to face for the very first time. I'm so excited to have you here and excited to make this announcement, which feels very apropos, as the kids say, given where we are at this point in time in infinity consciousness, you could say, in the consciousness of humanity, life, this universe. I could go on. It's the 8-8 Lionsgate portal, and big doings are doing. And one of the big doings that are happening is this little project I've been working on called The Little Reader's World. And The Little Reader's World is my new Patreon account. There in The Little Reader's World, you have access to channel downloads from spirit, from extra dimensional beings, from my guides, your guides, customized readings based on the much smaller, more niche audience that we'll have there in the Little Reader's World. And lastly, we're having rituals and lessons in how to maximize your personal magical powers in order to really feel the magic of this life and the magic of this existence. Because one thing I've realized in my short time in this incarnation on this gorgeous planet is that we could use some more magic. So if you're interested and you want to be part of the Little Reader's World, there is going to be a link down below in the description box where you can sign up and join me to help us make this world a little more spicy, or whatever else it is you want to make it. One thing I know for sure: more loving. So with that being said, beautiful soul, I can't wait to see you there. It was so nice to interact with you one-on-one, face-to-face, and until we meet again, bye for now. Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to the Little Reader's house. I'm the Little Reader, and you're in my house. And what a pleasure it is to have you here, beautiful soul. Has anyone told you today how worthy of love you are? How infinite and glorious and beautiful, profound and necessary and desired and adored you are by spirit? Just in case, I'm here to relay the message. Today we're talking about your new beginning starts here. And the question is, where? Is it in your love relationships? Is it in your career? Is it in your personal life? Is it in all of the above? Did I miss something? Family life, social life, community? Whatever it is, we're looking for where your new beginning is starting as a result of this Lionsgate portal, as a result of whenever you find this video, even if it's nowhere near August and nowhere near the year 2023, does not matter. It found you at the right time because there is a message here talking about a new beginning. So we're going to look at what that new beginning is today. We're going to seize it. We're going to step into it. We're going to get you some advice about it. And then we're going to send you on your way to enjoy the blessings that you so richly deserve. So with all that being said, my beautiful, beautiful soul, let's take a look at our cruise for the day. Starting here with the beautiful Chrysalis Tarot, we have Green Fluorite Crew. Look at that. This looks like candy, kind of like a Jolly Rancher. And let me be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of Jolly Ranchers because they always feel like they're going to pull my teeth out of my head, but I want to eat this. Like, look at it's stunning, absolutely stunning. Green Fluorite wand. And we're using all wands today to remind you of your magic. Then we have here with the Osho Zen Tarot, Amethyst wand. It's dark, it's a little moody. It's been in a box for a while, but happy to be out and shining, sparkly, and full of secrets. It's my beautiful Amethyst Crew here. Then with the Witchy Cauldron Learner's Tarot, we have this gorgeous Labradorite wand. This Labradorite is feeling sparkly, excited, a little mischievous. Something mischievous going on in there. And ready to transform. That's our beautiful Labradorite. And then finally, with the beloved Tarot of Oneness, we have this gorgeous rainbow Moonstone. And I don't know if the lighting is just right to catch, the beautiful rainbow that's in there. I think you can see it. But this rainbow Moonstone is sensual, delicate, very much Empress energy. Holding it in my hand, I feel juicy and luxurious and very, very rich. That is our gorgeous Rainbow Moonstone wand. So take a moment, beautiful soul, to select your crew, and then I will meet you down in the description box below or if you have more than one crew, don't let me limit you. Pick whoever you're feeling, and I'll see you there. Hello, my beautiful green fluorite crew. If you chose this stunning green fluorite wand that is sparkly, minty, zesty, full of energy and magic, I'm going to pop you right over here. That means you also chose the beautiful Chrysalis Tarot, which I'm going to pop right over here. And we are going to pull some oracle cards first to see what is this area where this new beginning is blossoming for you. Spirit has lined you up perfectly to manifest your new in this area. So let's see what the area is. I also have some dice here that I wanted to roll all together. So we'll roll those. Let's do it now. Let's roll them. Let's put them all together. I haven't used them much, so they're as mysterious to me as they are to you. All right, so right up top, we got a pentacle. We got, don't know. We got, this one is Venus. Ooh. We got a waxing crescent. I just moved that with my finger. Oops. So we'll recast. 11th. Is that 11th house or is that 11 numerology? I think this is the house. Let me do a hair of research and I'll be back with all kinds of information for you. All right, my beautiful green fluorite crew, I'm back and I'm educated. So here with the dies, I don't know whether to say dies or dice. Now I'm all thrown off because I always try to use die when it's single and dice when it's plural. But this, I don't know what to make of, which is kind of maybe indicative of some of the energy that we're starting off with here today. But I know what to make of it now. Like I said, I got educated. So we've got our pentacle here, which gives me this idea that there is an element of you coming into your financial and material power. And I say that also because with our numerology die, we have number 1, which is the number of independence. So between the pentacle and number 1, you are stepping into some kind of power with your own personal material world. That could mean promotion. That could mean you've just gone self-employed and it's beginning to pick up momentum. That could mean that you are just feeling at home in what you've acquired for yourself, looking at your bank account, feeling good. You've completed your checks and balances, maybe you've budgeted, whatever it is, there is a feeling of peace in your material world. Now, with the 11th house here, we have friendships. And with the Gemini here, we also have communication and talk, collaboration. And notice that we also have Venus here. So putting these all together, there are a few different ways we could interpret it. And because we're working with the collective, I'm seeing that you may potentially be making progress in your personal relationships, leading to material satisfaction. This waxing crescent has you moving toward your goals as well. So as the moon waxes and things get bigger, we're moving toward a manifestation. The feeling of Venus always gives me a romantic, luxurious feel. So maybe for a select few, some people are moving out of the friend zone, but we have friendships in Gemini here that tell me in your community, there's going to be some kind of loving communication or at least loving support that helps you feel motivated, supported, and uplifted in your personal and potentially professional goals. So this is a great example of where two worlds collide, where friendships and community and love, shared positive feelings, collide with personal endeavors, personal and professional endeavors. Another thing that could be happening for those of you who are creatives and influencers is that your community broadens and expands significantly. So you are starting to see, hear, feel, taste, and smell your soul family as you continue to self-empower. You're actually drawing in your community. So many wonderful ways we can interpret these. And I have a feeling we're gonna have a lot more fun with these dice in the future. But for now, we're scooching them out. That was like your preliminary sneak peek at what's going on here. Now let's get into the cards. So we're gonna pull one archetype. Wow, we've got excitement. Look at the heart just flying out there. We'll see if that comes back in. Sorry, little green fluorite. Did you just get hit in the heart with something? Hit in the heart by something? Or is your heart about to get hit with Cupid's arrow? Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. Spirit, show us one archetype that represents what my beautiful green fluorite crew is experiencing a new beginning in. Now let's also look here at these Zodiac cards that are full of various energies. Give us some more insight, Spirit, on what this new beginning is that my beautiful green fluorite crew is experiencing, what it's bringing in, what areas it's affecting. And then here, oh, this one wants to come in. And then here, tell us, where is this new beginning coming from, Spirit? What ended, or what is at an end that is bringing in this new beginning? It's you. Oh, and you. Interesting. I definitely intended to only have one of these, but, you know, as my great-grandma used to say, we plan and God laughs. And I love that for us. So, ooh, fault line. Very interesting. Within a few days, a timing card. Yacht, adventure, affluence, luxury. Unlikely. Interesting, a yes or no card. And beehive. Diligent, persistent, stamina, application, tireless, mindful, hard work. We've got faith and we've got instinct. Oh, this is powerful energy, my beautiful green fluorite crew. Look at you, just glimmering there in my ring light. Has anyone told you, by any chance, that you are so incredibly worthy of love? Before we even go further, you are so very worthy of love, adoration, support, magic, and miracles, my beautiful green fluorite crew. So let's see what's splitting. What's happening in a few days that currently looks unlikely, but as a result of your diligence and persistence and your faith, you are going to be blessed with a new beginning. Now, this instinct card tells me that you may very well know what this is already. It's a crown chakra card. You having this strong energy of your community. We're bringing these back in. I didn't think this would happen, but here we go. You having this strong energy of, ooh, and I think this moved. It sure did. It's originally there on Venus. Your friendships and your communication and this romance piece. That has me thinking that for a very select few, there's a development going on and something that you've been working toward manifesting that involves other people. Could involve a specific someone, could involve a friends group. And it also shows me with this Pentacles card, or this Pentacles die, it gives us a new energy, which is an energy of manifestation. It means that this may not specifically pertain to work and career, although for some it most certainly does, but for others, it's something that you've been devotedly putting your manifestation energy into. And what I see happening here is that you have kind of lost faith in this, my beautiful green aventurine crew. Oh, I'm sorry, you're not green aventurine, but green aventurine is very lucky, so take that. You're green fluorite, which has to do with intellect and communication and concentration. This has absolutely been a work of devoted manifestation. And the crazy thing is that you're going to see some results very, very soon. Now, when it comes to timing and it comes to the tarot and these readings in general, my favorite
piece of advice is to use these readings to set yourself free, not to attach. So although this says within a few days, and this is within a few days precisely for the very reason that you presently think that this thing is unlikely. With the fault line, we have a breaking here. The illusion, the veil, what has been can no longer be sustained. So my beautiful green fluorite crew, whatever you've been working toward manifesting that you are just about to give up on, I feel, Spirit says, have faith because this is your new beginning. Have faith because you are absolutely creating this, but don't attach to it. You've been diligent, you've been persistent, you've been devoted, and that is exactly what's going to turn an unlikely situation in your favor. But attaching to that may delay the situation a little bit, may actually cause the veil to cover back up over this development. And the reason I say that is because with this instinct card and the moon, I believe that on a spiritual level, you instinctively know that you're close to your manifestation, my beautiful green fluorite crew. And that there has to be this balance between faith and carrying on with your life, even when the situation seems unlikely. And that attitude is exactly what is causing this rapid manifestation. But it's such a fine line to walk. And I think it's funny because the line of my two tables that are pushed together to make one big table run directly between within a few days and this so-called unlikely situation. So there is this kind of balancing act that you are doing, which is trusting, having faith, but not obsessing, not being infatuated with, not spending too much time dreaming and hoping, and you're being very practical about it. And Spirit wants to applaud you for that and say, keep up that practicality. I see the split here in the table in the reading, of course, but I also see it here in the fault line as well. So I'm very excited to look at your tarot and get more insights about what this situation is. And I'm looking around at my other cards. Let's pull a couple more of these Zodiac cards and say, Spirit, what does this pertain to? What area specifically does it pertain to? I know it's a manifestation for my beautiful green fluorite crew, and I know because it's a general reading, there could be such an array of different manifestations, but I want to see this adventure, affluence, luxury. It's obviously going to make them feel good, but what is it, Spirit? What is it? Oh, yes. Ooh, we're going to do back of the deck too. Changing. At this time, the situation is in a state of flux. Anything could happen. Okay, so I think that's how you feel, my beautiful green fluorite crew. But because this is a reading of brand new beginnings that Spirit is unleashing and launching in your life, you can feel a little bit more secure in the knowledge that whatever this is, even if it doesn't look like it's happening right now, it's time. It's so very close. It's time for action. Things are fast-tracked to unfold quickly and smoothly. Wow, what is this thing? Scuba diver, going within, observation, 0 point. This scuba diver card always makes me think of emotional components, particularly within connections, because the emotions are, the deeper we go into the ocean of emotion, I always say, the more like an ocean it is. It gets a little dark, it gets a little hairy. You got to get special breath work going on in order to handle the intensity of it. So I feel like there's definitely an emotional component here. Ooh, gavel, conviction, decisions made, pay attention, offer accepted. Ooh, an ostrich trap, avoidance, closed-mindedness, refusing to face reality. Okay. Again, Spirit is telling me that you have thought this thing was so unlikely. You really did. In fact, you've been manifesting it maybe for months or a year, potentially even longer. And you, my beautiful green fluorite crew, were like, I give up. I'm letting it go. I'm breaking. Maybe you feel the fault line within yourself. And in this beautiful crystal, we do see this very distinct. I'm not sure if the camera can pick it up, but there is a fault line right through the center. If this baby had a heart, it would be going right through it. This has exhausted you, my beautiful green fluorite crew. Whatever this is, think of the manifestation that has exhausted you and you've put so much effort into. And now a decision is going to be made in your favor to make this happen. Some player in this, if this is relying on another person, now I only see one here. That's all one person, but in the Gemini, it's the twins. It's made up of two. And in the 11th house, this has to do with our friendships and multiple people and giving back. So I think someone's about to give back to you, or a whole tribe of people are about to give back to you. In a beehive, everyone works very communally. Everything is happening in togetherness. Everyone's working toward the same objective. So if you have felt alone, my beautiful green fluorite crew, prepare to not feel alone much longer, because the entire universe at large has been working to create this with you. Even though you thought you were doing it all by yourself, walking this road all by yourself, you have had your guides with you. In both instances, we see an individual who has guides surrounding them. We have the lone wolf with the wolf guides, and we have this individual with their guides. So you have been actually not manifesting this alone, even if it felt like it. Now the other party, it's kind of in their hands. You let this go, you released it, whatever the manifestation is. I'm still not getting specifics from spirit, so that tells me as a general reading, it's different for everyone. For some, it is love. For others, it is family resolutions. For others, it's creative projects, or getting discovered, or getting their channel off the ground, or getting their publishing off the ground, or getting their creative project off the ground. For others, it's their environmental work, because I see in both the ostrich trap and the scuba diver, this indicates a feeling of connectivity with the earth. I don't know why the ostrich trap gives me that, but intuitively, that's what I pick up from this card. So for some, it's environmental matters, and certainly for legal matters for some here as well. It could be divorce proceedings. It could be something having to do with inheritance, probate. I used to work in finance, so we could go down a long laundry list of potential things, but let's not. Whatever it is, by your releasing and stepping back, and actually your belief that it's unlikely, and going back to your own business, my beautiful green fluorite crew, that has spurred on this development. And all of these timing cards crack me up, because divine timing has been an essential part of this whole thing. Divine timing being, this has just kept getting pushed forward, whatever it is. Like, you went on the date and it didn't turn out, and you were like, man, what the heck is that about? Like, I'm putting my best effort toward getting love. You filled out all your paperwork, submit it on time, and postmarked it for the speediest possible travel. And then that kind of got lost in the mail. It's like you've kept putting your best foot forward, and the situation has kept being weird. And now Spirit's saying, it's not going to be weird anymore, my beautiful green fluorite. It is not going to be weird anymore. Take a deep, deep breath in with me from the diaphragm. Clear the lungs and just... and let it go. Yeah, it's not going to be weird anymore. Things are about to make a whole lot more sense as they break. Now, you may not see results within a few days. So once again, do not use this to reattach yourself feverishly to results. Instead, use it to set yourself even further free. If you had pushed this away, perfect. If you had stopped worrying about this, excellent. Continue doing you. Because even though we have within a few days, I do see that someone's head is still stuck, and there's still some fear-based thinking going on here that they are going deep to come to a decision about. So someone's thinking about something, and then they're going deep, 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 deep to come to a conclusion about what it is they're going to do next. And that conclusion is going to be in your favor. But all of that has to happen on its own time. And we see time all over the place here. Things are changing. And because this is a new beginning for you, they're changing in a positive light. But precisely because this is a new beginning for you, we keep focusing on you, my beautiful green fluorite crew. So whatever strategies you were employing before that didn't seem to be working, that you then let go, now everything's happening. Don't go back to those old strategies, my beautiful green fluorite crew. Don't return to those old strategies. Instead, stay right here and let's see what's going to happen next. What is this decision that's being made for my beautiful green fluorite crew spirit? I actually want to keep these energies on the table. So now we get really creative and we start making everything fit. What is happening for my beautiful green fluorite crew? What decision is being made in their favor, spirit? What is this decision? What's the new beginning? Whoop. Okay, these two are just like skiing. Is skiing relevant to you at all? And you. If skiing is not relevant, ooh, 6 of spirals. Spirals are our wands in this deck. So 6 of wands is huge success. Wait a second. Don't quote me on that, because I just realized that this deck, as much as I love it with every fiber of my being, sometimes I do get the suits confused. Oh no, I'm correct. Great. Wow. And this is, oh my goodness, this is exactly what's going on with you, my beautiful green fluorite crew. You doubted yourself. And now your realization is going to be, oh no, I'm correct. I was right. And it's going to be proven to you. The excitement I feel on your behalf cannot be overstated. So we've got, the world. So literally a huge ending here. And we have Psyche. Now, Psyche is responsible for not just material changes, but changes. Her realm is all in the mind. So by changing our perception, we manifest changes in our spiritual reality. Or, I'm sorry, our physical reality. Of course, it starts in the spiritual and then it manifests in the physical. And that's what I meant when I said there was a manifestation going on here, is because your continued energy in the direction of this thing, whatever it has been for you, you know what that is, my beautiful green fluorite crew. You're having your success now precisely because you changed your mind, precisely because you got your head out of an ostrich trap. And now that's leading the other individuals who are part of this, and we see that again with our Gemini and with our 11th house, to get in tune with their inner Venus, their love, and get their head out of the ostrich trap and put the good energy where it belongs, which is on you, in you. The Pilgrim, the Page of Scrolls. So that would be our Page of Swords. 3 of Stones, there's our collaboration. That's traditionally our 3 of Pentacles. 2 of Scrolls, okay, so here's our gavel and our decisions are being made. And then 8 of Spirals, so that's our 8 of Wands, fast unfolding things. That is why we keep seeing the timing cards everywhere, because of this fast energy. 8 of Spirals. Now, what's so funny about this, my beautiful green fluorite crew, is that you thought that this situation was over and done with. Genuinely, is what I'm getting from this. Is you either gave up on this a few hours ago, or a few days ago, this morning when you woke up, or a few weeks ago, maybe months, but it's still present in your auric field, which is why I'm picking up on it. So I know it, however long ago you gave it up, even if it was just like an hour ago, it's still with you because you put so much effort into it. You practically recalibrated the matrix, is what I'm hearing. Like, you hacked the matrix, inserted your own code, and then at first you thought it didn't work, but what you didn't realize is there was like a turnaround time on that. So when you gave up, the turnaround time kicked in. You've thought you were stagnant for so long, my beautiful green fluorite crew, but you actually have immense speed surrounding you. Immense speed. The intensity of this manifestation is such that you are guaranteed success. We see it in our 6 of Spirals card here. ultimate success. Ooh, and underneath that, Ace of Scrolls. So a message or a communication will come in to notify you, bing, you have been successful. And here's what I'm getting intuitively about that. It does seem like it's going to be a notification of some kind. Because what I'm hearing in my mind with the bird as the messenger and the letter here, I'm not saying it's going to be snail mail, although for some it's going to be, especially if it's a legal matter, we know that legal matters tend to get transmitted through the mail, at least here in the US, they do. But I do see some kind of notification coming in on your phone, something written to show you your success, your progress. For some, it may be an email. For others who are doing like a channel, a YouTube channel or some kind of other channel, SoundCloud, or they're on Instagram, developing their following and pulling in their soul family, you may get a flurry of notifications. But whatever it is, changing your mindset has led to this notification, this awareness. And I get that this isn't somebody else. The Page of Scrolls to me here represents an awareness. I almost see the crown chakra, the third eye here, represented by this purple temple, this lavender temple. Somebody else's third eye turned on, bing, and they realize something. They realize they want to collaborate with you and that you are home. Three of Stones is always our collaboration card. It's traditionally the Three of Pentacles. And here we have three wise owls around a bonfire. Now, oh my goodness, when I do these general channelings, I get so many random images for so many people that it's almost maddening. But I could see that for some people in particular, a few have been manifesting like a beach bonfire or some kind of celebration with a specific friends group. And that goes back to our dice as well. We saw that there. But my beautiful green fluorite crew, some of you are manifesting this literal bonfire. Others are going to be sitting around the flames of inspiration as they creatively collaborate with others. It also looks like one owl is in the head position here. So if someone here is a teacher and has been looking for a promotion, moving up to vice principal, or if it's higher education, moving up in getting the teacher's aide position, maybe getting a professorship. Is that what it's called when you get offered the job of professor? Or moving into faculty, going from teaching to faculty. Whatever it is, there's some kind of upgrade here in prestige. And you're being seen by multiple people now as the head honcho, or head honcha, if you will. I just made that up, but I wanted there to be an even balance of cho and cha. With the Two of Scrolls, this is really interesting because originally this represents the Two of Swords, and the Two of Swords is about indecision or being split. It can actually speak to a time right before there's a great harmony, right before there is a decision made. So here we see this black unicorn over two letters, and it kind of has like an alarmed look in its eye. I don't know if you can see. This unicorn's like, oh, like it just got bitten by a fly on its booty cheek. But here it's assured, if this individual did in fact get bitten by a fly on its booty cheek, it really rips this person who's responsible, or people plural who are responsible for making this happen on your behalf, out of their ostrich trap. It really rips them off. We go from immobile to, oh, it's time to make a decision. I'm going to make the decision. I'm going to make it quickly. I'm going to make it quickly in favor of green fluorite crew. Boom, we have success. Interesting thing between this Eight of Spirals and this Six of Spirals is that I'm not sure if this is intended to be the sun or the moon. In either case, this could be a blood red moon, or it could be the sun blood red. Now, if you live in Southern California like I do, you know that when wildfires happen, the sun gets this huge blood red coating that makes it look almost creepy. And then here, this is either a full moon or the same sun, but clear skies, with our flags signifying success here. When it comes to the flags, I really do feel there will be a celebration for you, my beautiful green fluorite crew. A celebration, maybe with a bonfire. It is summer right now, but you may be finding this at any time of the year and it'll still be relevant to you then. Some kind of celebration, some kind of official occurrence that signifies your prestige, your accomplishment. This fault line really is going to break, either in the individual or individuals in question, because it's already broken in you, my beautiful green fluorite crew, and you've just been hanging on, having faith, trusting your instincts, and stepping away and allowing this to unfold. So, incredible job. The answer to your question of where is this new beginning happening for you is wherever you've been manifesting it. I'd love to get more specific, but because this is a general reading, everyone's manifesting it in a different category. Just know that whatever is precious to you is where this is happening. Absolutely incredible. Let's get some advice for you, and then we'll send you on your merry way, not to attach, my beautiful green fluorite crew, but to release and to go back to exactly what you were doing as if this was not going to happen. Because something that Spirit's telling me, which is essential here, is your attitude of detachment has been the catalyst for this situation to move in your favor. So please, if you must attach to anything, attach to non-attachment. Yeah, that's funny, but that's how it is. Protection. Yes, call back your power, cut the cords. That's exactly what it is. So to make this happen, literally don't worry about making it happen. To make this happen, forget that it was ever going to happen. To make this happen, consider exploring other options. I know that this sounds like a paradox right out of the book of Paradox, which I don't know if that exists, but it does now. But this is what Spirit is saying in this situation. It's all about, with this Psyche card, to get the world, it's all about changing your mind. It's all about changing your perception and really letting this go. So keep letting it go. In fact, I know that it can be triggering from personal experience, actually, to engage in activities that foretell the future and find out that something that you wanted is going to happen, because it can send us back into old mindsets, old patterns, old almost desperately grasping energies. And this reading is just saying, please, cut the cords, call back your power, don't worry about it. Now, answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? This is actually right along the same vein. When I said explore other options, that's exactly what I meant. Put this situation aside. Don't count on it. Let it go. Have it like your little secret in your back pocket. And then follow what your soul is calling you to do. Look at the adjacent options that you were actually starting to look at right before you stumbled upon this. You'll know what I mean by that. No. Wait. Postpone. Pause, say no. Ooh, so this is exactly what we're saying, and Spirit is having a little game with us where Spirit is giggling because it's like, look, I'm just going to reinforce everything you just said. This doesn't mean, and to double check, let's look at this one. Yeah. So this doesn't mean when this opportunity shows up, say no. Spirit is never going to tell you what to do. It's not about refusing the opportunity when it arises. It's saying no to falling back into the pattern of yearning, putting so much energy back into this. Because again, you thought you were manifesting this alone, my beautiful green fluorite crew, but you never were. There were so many of your guides and other people's guides and other people manifesting this. Some of them without even knowing it. Their head has totally been in an ostrich trap this whole time. And that's probably frustrated you a lot because you're like, look, it's in all of our best interest to do this thing. But Spirit is really reinforcing one more time, say no to falling back into the pattern of trying to make this happen. Because in order to make it happen, you kind of need to be in this energy of unlikely. because this is the strengthening energy here. If I could verbalize it for you in your own thoughts, it would sound like this. I don't need this to happen. There are so many other incredible options for me out there. I don't need this to happen. I don't rely on this for happiness. I don't rely on this for fulfillment or success. I am already finding ways to fulfill myself however this would have fulfilled me. And I am devoting myself to answering the call of those ways. And Spirit's saying, perfect. Say no when it comes to trying to make this happen, because the fault line's already splitting all by itself as a result of your release. And finally, awakening. Energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. This goes beautifully with the Psyche card, which is by your own change in perception, bink, this unfolds. So the big question of the hour, at least the question I always have when it comes to these things, and I think you might too, my beautiful green fluorite, is why does Spirit tell us that these things are happening if we're not meant to get excited about them, if we're not meant to obsess about them, if we're not meant to hold our breath for them? It's an excellent question. Spirit wants you to know in this particular instance, my beautiful green fluorite crew, every single beautiful soul who is listening, loving, excited about the potential of this, it is okay to get excited. But the message that Spirit is teaching you and I right now, my beautiful green fluorite crew, because I'm learning and I'm a part of every single reading we do, is that there is an energetic difference between excitement and reliance. There is an energetic difference between neutral optimism and obsession and attachment. And Spirit knows that when you learn, and you have already learned, so there's no regressing now. You're going to take this, you're going to turn this reading off, and you're going to go right back to your business, doing whatever it was you were doing that had nothing to do with this situation before. And Spirit is saying, because of that very attitude, where you are okay when something you want looks unlikely, that is the next level of masterful manifestation that you are going to be hooked onto. In fact, that is your new beginning. This situation is merely, wow, I got chills. Oh my gosh, my arms covered in chills. Your new beginning isn't even this situation. It isn't even this manifestation. This is like a little, haha, like we got you from your spirit guides. Like this is only 2% by you getting this thing that you've wanted for so long. It's like really only a 2% increase to your empire. The 100% new beginning that Spirit is gifting you with is this change of your mind, which is you can desire without the need to acquire. You can stand back and have absolutely zero attachment. You can know what you want. You can want what you want, but you can stand back and have zero attachment to that. You can call back all your power, and that is the biggest energetic upgrade to you. Absolute power. Because when you are not married to, attached to, yearning for some kind of specific outcome, that puts you in such a powerful place, my beautiful green fluorite crew. That is what makes you a master manifester. It's the assurance that I'm going to get what I want or better. I put my intention out there and then I let it go. Truly let it go. We don't have to keep checking back on it, digging up the seed, because we'll never grow a garden that way. A seed sprouts kind of when it's forgotten in the dark. Not even kind of, just officially when it's forgotten in the dark, literally underground. Some might say dead and buried, but because it's a seed and it has life inside of it, it comes up. So at this point, I'm just really blown away by the power of you. And whatever this is, I congratulate you for it. But what I really am congratulating and applauding you for, my beautiful green fluorite crew, is the way you've changed your mind and the way you've become bigger than this situation. I know it meant everything to you. And I know that it really hurt thinking that it was never going to happen and that you are at the tail end of a grieving process now. And I applaud you because that grieving process is has strengthened you. It has been an energetic upgrade. It has contributed to your awakening. It has leveled you up, and it has put you in the new headspace to manifest things bigger, brighter, and more fulfilling than even this. And believe me, I know what that means to you, my beautiful green fluorite crew. So this is a moment of self-love to turn around, wipe your tears of joy, I hope, because that's what's coming, and hug yourself. Like, just wrap your arms around yourself and hug yourself and say to yourself, I'm a badass, because you are. You are a warrior, you're a fighter. You have survived this. You will now thrive as a result of it. And you're going to move on to discovering your power in even bigger and better ways. And the funniest part about all of this is when you discovered your power by letting this situation go, everyone in the situation turned around and discovered your power at the same time. Wow. So I honor that in you. My beautiful green fluorite crew, it's been an absolute pleasure. If this reading resonated with you, please give it the old thumbs. Please comment down below and tell us if you want to. What thing, aside from this situation, you have on your docket next? What's the bigger, brighter, beautiful thing that you have your eye on beyond this? Where are you going? If you want a key to the Little Reader's House, subscribe so that you can come back anytime there's a new message from Spirit. And if you didn't see the introduction at the very beginning of this video, the Little Reader's World has just been created, which is a Patreon account where we're going to go, well, you have it somewhere in here, scuba card. We're going to go scuba diving into the depths and be channeling messages from spirits and extra dimensional beings, engaging in some fun magic rituals, and doing more, even more specific pick a card readings there. So if that excites you, then it excites me. But for now, I'm wishing you and sending you all the love I got, because you so, so richly deserve it. Until we meet again, beautiful soul. Bye for now. Hello, my beautiful Amethyst crew. If you selected this mysterious, quiet, slightly introverted, but very, very emotional, one might even say moody amethyst, then you're in exactly the right place to be. And I am so happy to have you. I'm going to plop you right over here, and I'm going to place the Osho Zen Tarot right over to the side. And we're going to kick things off with something that I never do. Why? Because chicken fry, and because we're too young to die. I've got these dice, and I'm going to roll them, and we're going to get a feeling for the area of your life collectively based off of all these beautiful little dice, of where your new beginning is happening in your life right now at the time that you're watching this. Wow. Okay. Let me organize them and do some research, and I'll be right back because I don't know all of them by heart yet. Okay, my beautiful Amethyst crew. I'm back. I'm educated. I've done the research, and let me break it down because this is some exciting stuff. Here's what we got. We've got the element of water, which represents emotions. So no wonder I keep wanting to say moody, my beautiful Amethyst crew. And by the way, I mean that as a compliment. I'm all about the mood. I feel that the heaviness of intentions, intentions? I meant to say emotions, but intentions obviously are there too. The heaviness of emotions that are leading to intentions, that are driving you like an arrow to some kind of action, which I can't wait to see what it is. But it is being spurred on by your emotional state and this new moon, which means you are seeking a new beginning or attracting. If you're not necessarily consciously seeking it, you're certainly unconsciously seeking and attracting this new beginning having to do with your emotions. And that's further reinforced by the number 5 here, which is all about change. Occasionally, it can be a turbulent sort of change, but it is most definitely change in the realm of your emotions and your potentially romantic relationships. And let me say why that is. We've got Aries over here. Aries being the ram. One time I dressed up as Aries when I was a hairdresser way back in the day, and we were having a competition. And I remember I wore these golden ram horns. And yes, we won first place out of, I think, over 100 competitors for the best hair dress up. We'll talk about that more later. But what I remember from wearing the ram's horns on my head, which were covered in golden hair, maybe if I'm feeling daring, I'll throw a picture in of that. Maybe in the community tab. But try to say it, little reader. Just speak. Oh, are you having a communication challenge, my beautiful Amethyst crew? Because I immediately have lost all of my ability to communicate here. The power of wearing the rams. What I'm trying to say is I felt so empowered and ready to move forward and charge through any obstacle that it was probably the very energy of that, and the fact that my two collaborators were both Aries, go Aries, love ya, that we won that thing. We won that thing. And you have the sun right here, right next to your Aries. So if anyone is a winner right now, my beautiful Amethyst crew, it's you. You are in this winning mode where what are you doing? I can't wait to see. I mean, I'm sure you'll tell me we're only playing right now. We're just having fun with these because they're new. But, oh, is that something too? Having fun with something because it's new? Oh my goodness. Okay, I can't wait to get into it. But finally, you have the 7th house here. And the 7th house is all about your relationships and partnerships, my beautiful Amethyst. So I see you charging forward like the sun and this could be your energy. You might not be doing a dang thing. You might be saying, charging forward. I haven't left my bedroom for 8 weeks. That's totally okay. Your energy is charging forward with a new moon and the sun here. That's like an eclipse. That gives you total eclipse energy, like union of opposites. There's a card in one of the decks we're going to use today, actually, that has an eclipse card, which says under it, union of opposites. And this is like so very interesting to me that we have new moon and the sun. It's just beautiful. Again, with the water here and the change, there's some kind of change going on in your relationships and you're the one driving it. That's what I see is with the action, you are the one driving it. So where you're going to drive it, what that's going to look like, we're going to find out right now. And I am so excited. So wow, my mood really just changed. So maybe your mood is changing a lot too, my beautiful Amethyst crew. We're going to put these off to the side now. But maybe you're finding that your moods are changing a lot, but you're coming to some kind of solid ground. You're coming to some kind of stability. Spirit, show us where this new beginning is happening for my beautiful Amethyst crew, who is going through it, going through an emotional state. Oh, okay. An emotional state that is driving them to some kind of action, driving them to some kind of change, potentially in their relationships. Show us where they've been. Like, what has a presiding energy been? And show us what they can expect to see as a result of this new beginning. What is it? Whoop. Describe it to us. Whoop. Okay, wow. Kerosene and curtain call, not only flying out of the deck, but also flipping themselves upright. Family. Childhood. Interesting. Ooh, we got 2 here. Yarn and youth. Whoa. Symphony. Okay, I'm going to shuffle more. We're just going to go kind of ham with these because there's a story forming, but I cannot see what it is completely yet. So I'm not going to stop until I see it. Or until we run out of room, which it looks like the latter came first. Ooh, interesting. Bottom of the deck. Well, let's just put that here. Why not? Boop. Constellation, network, support, associates gathered, a meeting. Okay, let's see. We start with the mountain. Whoa. Why does that feel so intense? The castle. What? The mountain and the castle. And similar, the heart chakra energies here are big. And release. Interesting. Okay. And starting with the curtain call. So we started on the right and we're going to the left, which is interesting because that is not typically the direction that I read in. Although if guided, I will. And I do feel I'm being guided in that direction now, at least for the top row. Yes, the answer is yes. Fortress. I was wondering if this card would come up because Fortress and the Castle remind me of one another, being that, well, you got a castle pictured here, and it has the words the castle here. What is it? What is this? Shield. What? We have a castle and a knight dressed as a knight. This is fascinating. And I believe that's the Aries symbol right there. Somebody tell me. Hold on, I have a cheat sheet on the left that I was using for the dice. And I believe that is Aries. Yes. Wow. Interesting. So you might be an Aries. Ooh, shooting star, and we also have constellation over here. Yoga and Black Widow. Okay. Wow. Okay, so a lot of cards I know, but message actually be muy simple. Muy meaning very in Spanish. Spanglish is coming out, and I haven't even had tequila, so it's all the excitement of your energy. Beautiful Amethyst Crew, who, by the way, everyone hold on to everything. Spirit guides, stop what you're doing. Akashic records, pause. Spirit, hold on. I've got to tell my beautiful Amethyst Crew that they're worthy of love so much more than anything else. And if that brings you to tears because I'm feeling an emotional movement in my heart center, and I can feel your emotions so profoundly all the way over here, so it's okay. We can cry together. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. If it moves you to tears, let it happen. Let them flow, because you are more worthy of love than you know. Not meant to rhyme, but there it is. You're so worthy of love above all else, more and not less. And the fact that you have realized that for yourself, it makes me want to applaud, because I'm seeing a very clear message here. Very clear, very specific. And if it doesn't vibe with you, then that means, my beautiful Amethyst Crew, you are actually much more likely part of another crew. But that's okay. You can hang out here if you want to. Everyone's welcome. Even if you just like to see a story unfold and support our other amethysts down in the comments below. Here's what I see. Somebody has said yes to love, that person being you. And someone has said yes to their own self-worth, that person also being you. After much thinking, you've come to the conclusion that someone or something in your life is actually not what you thought they were and what you thought that you needed. And that individual could be family, could be friend, could be lover, could have been potential lover, could have been a crush, could have been, did I miss anything? Did I say friend? Acquaintance, boss, you name it, it could have been them. Your story is this, my beautiful Amethyst Crew, from what I can tell. In saying yes to your own love and understanding what you deserve, which is more love and not less, you've come to the conclusion that it is time to remove somebody from your life. But this is a multifaceted thing. You're not just removing somebody from your life and releasing them and letting them go. You're also letting go of an old version of yourself. And you're also, okay, it's a trifecta of events. Letting someone go who you thought was something that they're not. Letting go an old version of yourself that goes with, and yes, I'm now using my fingers as like a illustration tool. But these two things went together, and now they're going away together, because it was the old version of you that believed that this person was what you thought they were. So now that old version of you has to die too. But now you're choosing a new version of yourself that just so happens to be my middle finger in this illustration, which could be quite significant. Maybe you're giving the middle finger to a whole story that no longer applies. And you're choosing yourself, and you're choosing new people who belong. Because in this contemplation, deep breath, I see you having taken time to understand the reality of the situation that you're in. See, you're a very protected person, my beautiful Amethyst Crew, and you have strong emotional boundaries, which is why it may have you so shaken up right now that you're feeling emotions. You're like, why am I feeling all these things? I'm not usually an emotional type. Maybe you even are an Aries, although I would not say that my Aries are not emotional types at all. But maybe you're normally in this faux Aries energy, which is, I know what I want, I go after I want, I take what I want, I'm very logical, very rational. Some may say left brain, but you just say intelligent, practical, grounded, sensible, pragmatic, my beautiful Amethyst Crew. Now that you, well, hold that thought. So as this pragmatic person, you're normally living in your castle, which is, casually located on top of a mountain. So if anyone was trying to get to your heart, good, bleep, redacted, luck with that. I'll give you a hint. Never mind. You know what word I'm trying to say. Good blanking luck with that. Your castle's on a mountain. Your mountain's is a fortress. You got a shield. You're like, nobody is getting to this heart. Nobody. Unless I say. And I love that about you, my beautiful Amethyst Crew. That's actually incredibly charming and endearing. We need you in this world. We need folks with strong emotional boundaries in this world. Teach me your ways, please. However, with the castle on the mountain with the moat and the shield and all these things going on, what I'm seeing here is that it has created quite a big mess. Because by being disconnected from the emotions in the heart center and being so very pragmatic, it may have caused you to accidentally embrace the wrong folks. And by embracing the wrong folks, whether that's plural or singular, could be a one person or could be a multiple. Although here in the release, it's like you're letting go a whole tribe of people. Look at all that. Look at all those people. They're letting go because they've passed on. There's no longer time and relevance for them in this situation. So in letting go of one or more people, or coming to the conclusion that it's time to let them go, this creates big emotions. In a way, you've cracked open your own heart, my beautiful Amethyst Crew, because by having a castle on a mountain, shielded, that was a fortress, that kept people out of your heart and kept you pragmatic and focused on, maybe your career and maybe you're in academia, or maybe not. Maybe you're actually an artist, but nevertheless, you find it really handy to turn your emotions off at the end of the day. Whatever it is you do, you kind of cracked your own heart open a little bit in the best possible way. You didn't do it alone. Obviously, your guides helped you, spirit helped you. Everyone's been moving you toward this new beginning. And this new beginning is learning who your real family are. And and it doesn't need to literally be family. It could be people you're not related to. Down here we have kindred spirits. But learning who the real kindred spirits are because of the way they make you feel. And the problem is when your heart center was closed and when everything was locked down, you couldn't tell how people made your heart feel. You could only tell how they made your mind feel and how they made you look. The castle speaks to an emphasis on the way you're perceived by others, an emphasis on the way you perceive yourself. The mountain talks about the difficulty of getting to your inner wisdom and your inner space, and is it worth it or is it not worth it, because it certainly takes a lot of effort. So in a way, I know it felt easier to have the heart center closed and to have you being like the lone wolf type, and the people that you did have in your life are the ones who like fit on paper. But now that you're trying to experience something in your heart, as we saw here with the water in this beautiful die, we got our water droplet. You're trying to have change in your relationships. We see that in number 7 here. You're really realizing with this new moon, I got to start from ground zero. I got to start from scratch. I got to rebuild and bring in the people who make me feel, who awaken my inner child. That's something I see here, is that in closing off your heart for a while, my beautiful Amethyst Crew, and why ever you did that, again, it was all part of the plan. Please don't blame yourself for that. Spirit doesn't blame you for it. Your guides don't blame you for it. They get it. They're like, hey, we may have even helped that happen. But now they're helping crack your heart open. And we have that here with this network, support, associates, the constellation. They're bringing the right people in. They're showing you who the right people are. But under that, do you see we have Dear John? So you may have to break up with somebody and let somebody go who doesn't touch your heart the way that you now know it deserves to be touched. So other things we're seeing here in this story, you're letting go of the person or the persons who don't touch your heart. You're now moving towards embracing the people who do, or at the very least, opening yourself up to finding them. This kerosene, this accelerant, does two things. It gives me kind of an Eight of Wands energy. It really is moving you to end this relationship or these relationships quickly and cut the toxic out of your life. And it's also really pouring fuel on the flames of a fire of passion and a fire of love. Your desire to release, what I'm trying to say here, my beautiful Amethyst Crew, is that your desire to release the toxic poison is also fueling your ability to attract and say yes to the symphony. See, we have symphony and constellation side by side. Your soul family, you are now ready to receive them. That is what this shift and this change is for you, my beautiful Amethyst Crew, who is so worthy of love above all else. I'm so glad you realized it, that you deserve to be surrounded by folks who lift you up, who touch your heart, who take care of your heart, who say yes to making you feel good, and who you don't have to have a shield up against all the time, and you don't have to have a fortress to protect yourself, because unfortunately, a lot of the people that you've been surrounded by, or at least one person in particular that you may have even chosen as a partner or had been pursuing as a partner, we have poisonous and low vibration here. They weren't really thinking about you ever. And they weren't thinking about how they could hurt you. It's not that they were malicious. They just were doing their own thing. They were doing their own thing. But now's your time to do your own thing, my beautiful Amethyst Crew. And to realize that you may feel like you're starting at ground zero again. And we have the new moon here, which is a brand new beginning. But Spirit wants you to know you're never starting from zero. Everything that you've learned always contributes to your own growth and your own good fortune and your own karma. So even though this may feel like a twist, because if we're being honest, my beautiful Amethyst Crew, you may be having regrets right now about the way you've treated certain people before, people who showed their inner child to you, and you kind of like put that away because you didn't know how to relate to it. And if you did, you didn't know how to relate to it without the shield and the fortress going on. But guess what? Especially if anyone specific is coming to mind, Spirit is saying you are going to get a chance to reignite all of those innocent, naive, and I mean naive in a very positive way. I mean naive as in hopeful. I don't want to say innocent again, but I'm struggling because the English language can be limiting for me sometimes. And I think it can be limiting for you too, my beautiful Amethyst Crew. Finding the words is also a theme of this reading. So if you're looking to find the words, you're going to find them. Trust yourself. Just speak from your heart. Don't worry about how they come out. Just speak from your heart and say what you feel. And in doing so, you will reignite with the kerosene and re-attract in those individuals who live from their heart center, because their heart center is activated, and now they're going to see that yours is too, just by being vulnerable with them and by saying, look, I made a big mess. I thought I wanted this life with these people or this person, and now I realize I don't. And I'm releasing it. And I just want you to know that's how I feel. And that's all you got to say. But, sneaky peeky, there's a really good chance, my beautiful Amethyst Crew, that following your heart, really your heart, not your mind, following your emotions, following what keeps bubbling up within you and stirring you. Emotions stir you. thoughts kind of tickle if you're looking for the difference, is going to grant you a wish you've wanted for a really long time. Something beautiful. And it may come to you as quickly as this thing left. Because once again, another thing Spirit is showing me, that your intensity, your integrity, can I just commend you for that and thank you for that? My goodness, we need it so much. Your integrity is going to be a catalyst to, a rapid catalyst to the new beginning. So now let's say to Spirit, Spirit, what is the new beginning that comes as a result of this realization, as of a result of letting go of this person or these people who don't, who may look good on paper, but don't fill my beautiful amethyst heart, don't nourish the heart. What is the result? What does this new beginning look like for my beautiful Amethyst Crew? Got really quiet in my head, which is unusual. It really is. There's a peace, a pervading peace that arose when I asked that question. When I asked that question of what is the result of this new beginning, like what can my beautiful Amethyst Crew expect to experience? So I think peace is the first thing. Well-deserved peace. Aloneness with the Hermit card number 1. Consciousness. Ace of Swords. The Fool, a literal new beginning. That makes me chuckle. Creativity, the Empress. Hello, Major Arcana. Oh my gosh. Don't make me cry. It might happen. It might happen again, you know, and we can cry together. We can cry together, my beautiful Amethyst Crew. 10 of Cups, really, like complete emotional fulfillment. That's what you get as a result of this new beginning. That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful, and it's exactly what you've been yearning for and hoping for in some part of your mind now that you realize what it's worth. The 2 dolphins, it's gorgeous. Oh my goodness, the 6 of Cups, also known as the soulmate card, the dream. Oh, my beautiful Amethyst Crew. Can I come with you? Is there any chance that you know, you can deliver this same blessing to me? Can I come along for this complete emotional fulfillment and soulmate card? Because the way that the 6 of Cups is illustrated in this deck is one of my favorite ways. In fact, I was admiring it before this reading started, and I was just like kind of hoping that someone would get it. And it's this beautiful soulmate divine counterpart relationship. Yeah, that, I mean, okay, we're gonna get there. Just call, oh, breakthrough, love it. And the Star with Silence. Okay, let me take a moment to recalibrate the flow, my beautiful Amethyst Crew, because I'm not loving the way things have. I'm gonna take that, and we're also gonna put the Dear John up here. I'm not loving the way it was looking, but once it's aesthetically pleasing to my eye, we can continue. Okay, so the reason that I put the Dear John card up here as well, even though it was under the constellation back of the deck energy, is because I intuitively am being led to say that to get to this, there may need to be a breakup. And the breakup is really going to be a breakthrough. And because, here's the thing, the breakthrough and the Hermit card, or also known as Aloneness, here together, I believe this is Justice, 11 and 9. irrespective, we're going based off of these meanings because they are completely relevant. Obviously, we selected this deck, so we're here to use this imagery and these words. Your breakup may feel like a breakup, but it's really a breakthrough and a willingness to sit with yourself and be alone. We also saw that with the yoga contemplation card that's buried somewhere in here. Well, it's actually not that buried. It's right there. With the aloneness and the contemplation and the breakup and the breakthrough, when you identify, my beautiful Amethyst Crew, who this individual or these individuals are in your life, and you gently, lovingly, doesn't have to be unkind, but you gently make them aware that their energy is not suited for your objectives in this current time in your life, you will then make a massive amount of room for a new thing. Here's what that new thing is. Peace of mind. The Ace of Swords often indicates a message coming in, but I actually believe, my Amethyst Crew, that you are the deliverer of the message in this case. This is a proactive energy. This is not a sit back and receive and let it happen. This is a step off the cliff, take the action sort of thing. For a very select few of you, my beautiful Amethyst Crew, you may have been on the receiving end of a breakup, but for most of you, it is you who is taking the deliberate action and setting the intention to clear out certain groups and make room for, well, let's talk about it. So once you have this peace of mind from having accepted that you're willing to be alone, even if that means not being with people, you'd rather be on your own growing and learning than surrounded by people who aren't serving you, you're going to step into this energetic portal. And of course, we know the Fool quite literally represents new beginnings. And I love when Spirit gives us a wink and a nod and like plays along, because Spirit is very playful and gives us the new beginning card in a new beginning reading. You are going to step into this energy quite literally, perhaps even fall, because this Fool is falling. You may have to be a fool for love, my beautiful Amethyst Crew. It may be time for you to take proactive step, like we saw with that Aries energy that was on your die. Here it is. You may have to take that proactive energy and fall right off the cliff, fall in love, fall for maybe the Empress, or realize that you are in fact the Empress, fall in love with yourself, maybe the very next step. As you do that, as you move toward this fertility, this nurturing, this generosity, this creativity, this sensitivity, either in yourself or in another person, you are manifesting the emotional fulfillment of all of our dreams, beautiful Amethyst Crew. So I'm going to need you to come back and write about how it went and what it's like and get us all hyped up, because you're getting the 10 of Cups and you're getting the quintessential soulmate card, the 6 of Cups, beautiful soulmate relationship. And may I just say that there is a lot of, okay, in the original 6 of Cups energy, or not just the energy, but also the illustration, which is the energy too, I suppose, there are children involved. There's like someone's giving to a child a flower, I think. And I don't have a Rider-Waite deck at arm's reach, but you know what I'm talking about. I couldn't help but notice that we had these children cards come up and this family. Now, a couple of things here. For some of you, you're already in a soulmate relationship or a love relationship. You know who you are. Very select few of you based off of this specificity of this reading, but some of you are. And this has to do with other relationships in your life. That could be your relationships with your children, and that could be your relationships with your family. You may cut out some toxic family members or even children and have this amazingly enhanced relationship with other family members and other children that you have that fills the void of that, the loss. But here's the other thing I want to say about this. The way this is illustrated is a beautiful soulmate relationship, but it's often children. And I find that when we are in love relationships that really move our hearts, that really stir, how I said earlier, stir something inside of us. Those relationships activate our inner child. So my promise to you, my beautiful Amethyst crew, is that if you take the steps to remove what you know is not serving your heart, maybe looks great on paper, but it's not serving your heart, and you go in the direction of that which is, you will come into this emotional fulfillment that you had at your most innocent and wonderful childhood times, even if they were few. If you can think back on a time in your childhood when you felt completely connected, free, loved, this lightness of being, this nostalgic, warm feeling. Nostalgia is like a yearning for the past. This is better than nostalgia. This is nostalgia in the moment. This is magical, emotional tenderness and connection. And I see all this blue and lavender. It's like a very spiritual love that it creates moments that you can be nostalgic for one day, way down the line. But maybe not. Maybe they won't even ever end. It's absolutely transformative what's happening here. And I just want to say that the childlike love, which is as close to unconditional love as it gets, is what you're manifesting here. That's your new beginning. And wow. Just wow, wow, wow. And then again, I'm blown away by all the colors here, the similarities. It's like this is a totally elevated love with amazing communication, an intuitive connection, a third eye activation. It's gorgeous. And then with the star card here, I see framed your outcome, your new beginning, the blessings that are coming to you are framed by this amazing amount of peace. Peace in the mind and peace in the heart. And it goes from peace of mind to this peace of being, because this is major arcana. This is the star card. And you've got like the moon in your third eye. It's just total pervading peace, because whatever relationships you're going to manifest as a result of this new beginning, because they speak to your heart, they're going to be so nourishing, so nurturing, so enlivening. Look, from the heart to the third eye. I could go on about this for hours, my beautiful Amethyst crew, because I am a love aficionado. Love is my language. Love is the air I breathe, the food I eat, and the words I speak. So when I see love like this encapsulated in a reading, I just geek out, because it is so transformative and powerful. It's what will save our world in the end. And the fact that you get to share that with other people is just pretty much the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. So I could not be happier for you, my beautiful Amethyst crew. If I was, I would probably turn into a spirit and just like then turn into a star, but probably a shooting star, and then turn into a rocket, and then my ecstasy would create a new universe. And then we'd be right back where we are right now. I don't know where that came from, but I'm just so excited. Oh, so excited. So let's get your advice. We've got to bring this to a close so you can go do the steps. Go release what's got to be released. Go have the hard convo. Get the mental peace. Be willing to be alone for a bit. Have your breakthrough. And then move in the direction of your heart. Make it happen. Go talk to those people who touch your heart. But I'm already giving advice and we haven't started yet. Spirit, what advice for my beautiful Amethyst crew on this journey? The Anastasia song just came to my head. From, I think, a cartoon called Anastasia. I don't know if it was a Disney movie. But there's a song, Journey to myself? Journey to... I don't know, but it's a beautiful song, and yeah, there's a lot to that. But in the interest of protecting your precious time, let's move forward. Awakening, energetic upgrades, a new wave being, integration, Minticon, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. Huge similarities between these three cards and this card. Lemuria. Creating heaven on earth. It's happening. What did I just say? What did I just say? And Council of Light, Divine Orchestration, Helpers in the Subtle Realms. Here's your advice, beautiful Amethyst Crew. Keep doing what you're doing. You've cracked this code, baby. You know that by going in the direction of your heart and choosing that which moves you truly, you are creating heaven here on earth, you know? I mean, maybe you don't know. That's why I'm here to tell you. You are creating heaven here on earth. You're doing the work that we need you to do so that we can have a safer, more beautiful, more loving place to exist. You've received all kinds of energetic upgrades as a result of your willingness to do the hard things, to release the old and embrace the new. And you're not doing it alone. You have so many guides with you. They're working with divine timing, things that you might think are impossible, wishes and hopes you have, hopes to have better relationships with certain people. It's actually assured, it's actually guaranteed if you go in the direction of it. But you're going home, my beautiful Amethyst Crew. You may have felt lonely for so long, you may have felt detached for so long, and this is your sign to release what no longer serves, particularly in the form of people, and run headlong, fall right off the cliff if you can, fall in love, fall off, just go in the direction of love and of your heart. And the rest is, well, it's not history, soon to be history, but the rest is yours. The rest is guaranteed. So with that, my beautiful Amethyst Crew, I've had an incredible time peeping into your energy. It's been a privilege and a gift. If you liked the reading, please plop a little like down there. If you want a key to the Little Reader's house to come back anytime, grab you that subscribe button. And if you want to share where you are in this journey, because I'd love to know, please comment it down below, or I also put my email in the description. So if you want to send me an email and you don't want all eyes to see it, that's okay too, because I'm just interested in the story of you, my beautiful Amethyst Crew. And finally, if you missed the intro at the beginning of this video, I have started Little Reader's World, which is a Patreon where we do pick a card readings and so much more. So with all of that being said, my beautiful Amethyst Crew, I am sending you all the love I've got. And until we meet again, bye for now. Hello, my beautiful Labradorite Crew, and welcome to your What is Your New Beginning / Your New Beginning Starts Now reading. Whenever you're finding this, it was released on the 8/8 Lionsgate portal, but whenever you're finding this, it is here for you. It is accurate for you. It was drawn to you, and you were drawn to it. A beautiful co-creation. Again, if you have chosen this stunning Labradorite, I don't know why I'm saying again, because I don't think I said that. This Labradorite is feeling spunky, a little mischievous, ready to flash and show some of its magic. But the thing is, the way it has to show its blue flash, the light has to be behind it. So I don't know if you can see it, but I certainly hope that you can feel it. And this Witchy Cauldron Beginner Tarot, then you're in exactly the right place. I'm going to pop you right over here, and I'm going to move the tarot out of the way so that we can get started with the extremely fun little side thing that we incorporated, which is throwing these dice. We're going to get a look at where your new beginning is energetically. And if I need to pause to decode it, I will, because that's what I've done, whoops, with every crew so far. Should I grab him? Yeah, I'm going to grab him. I want them all to drop at the same time. So let's shuffle them up and voila, let them go. I'm going to do some research and rearrange them, and I'll be right back. Okay, my beautiful Labradorite Crew, I'm back. And boy, what an interesting mix of energies we have here. And when I say interesting, I mean an intriguing, dynamic, slightly mischievous group of energies. So with the waxing gibbous moon, we have this idea of expansion and also learning new things. With our 7, we have your personal beliefs, your ideas, your introspection, and your solitude. And with Earth, we have this groundedness component. So it does seem to me, my beautiful Labradorite crew, that you are in a state of expansion, particularly when it comes to your own perceptions and your perception of life. We have Chiron as the planet that is the planet of healing and the planet of pain. So typically of transmuting pain into healing and into evolution. So what I see here is that this learning new things and this solitude, introspection, and personal beliefs could be part of a healing pattern, closing the book on some old difficulties and adapting to a new way of thinking and a new way of being. We also see with your number 9, 9 being the 9th house, that is also related to your personal beliefs and your self-perception. So that really brings up the question in my mind, my beautiful Labradorite crew, what are you transforming into? What are you, who selected the stone of magic, alchemizing yourself into right now? Finally, we have Virgo. So with Virgo, it is service, checks and balances, organization, the energy of purity oftentimes and cleanliness, hygiene not just of the body but of the mind. And I keep going back to this mental piece. So my thought is, as we get started here, my beautiful Labradorite crew, we're going to see that there have been some changes to your mind lately that are life altering, that are transformative. So let's clear out the cute little dice. And let's actually bust out the cards and see. First, we will look at where this area of transformation is happening for you. So Spirit, please show us. Ooh, okay. That made a sound for my beautiful Labradorite crew. What area are they experiencing these changes in? What have they been feeling lately, learning, thinking, growing through? The lessons. What have they been attracting? I'm noticing a lot of sounds. I also see that this one wants to come out. A lot of sounds here. Clanging and clinking. And I also have someone outside. I don't have them. They have themselves. But there is someone outside who is making sounds too. I think they might be building something in their backyard. So sounds can sometimes mean messages from spirit that are arising, transmissions and downloads. If you've recently felt like you're more clairaudient than you were before, this could be playing into your journey. If you're able to suddenly hear messages from spirit or hear your guides speaking, hear things in a way you've never heard them before. So now we're asking spirit to show us what areas of change are coming through. And okay, we're getting quite a story here. And I love that. Ooh, very likely. At this time, the situation or outcome is likely to occur. Interesting. We'll see what that is. So let's start. And then, of course, everything got very quiet. Did you notice that? We went from sound to silence. Let's start. The Destroyer. Wow. Powerful. Wisdom and acceptance. Interesting. Wisdom and acceptance and the Destroyer. Let's see what else we got. Corset. Optical illusion. Ooh. Child. Roundabout. Ooh. Cake. Interesting. There's a pie here and a cake here. Are you a baker? Do you bake? If so, please send a cake. Actually, I'm more of a pie person myself. Ooh, rings. This is like a little wedding situation, it seems, right here. It even says right there, weddings, rings. Interesting. Happening now and very likely. Color me intrigued. Pioneer. Labyrinth. Tandem bicycle. And tools. Okay, Spirit. let's take a moment and see what's under here. Ooh, wow, deeper meaning. Okay. I feel like the story's not done. And because we have more space, we're going to use it. Because why? Chicken fry. So leaving very likely. Spirit, what happens at the end of the story? What else do I need to know? Ooh, okay. Oh. Interesting. That was the back of the deck energy for my Amethyst Crew, I believe. So if you're coming from my Amethyst Crew, I could see some connections here. I could see some connections. All right, what else happens in this story? Unlikely. So we go from very likely to unlikely. Scuba diver, crack shot, friends, and constellation. Okay. Give me a moment to see and feel into the energy of these cards as a collective. And feel you, my beautiful Labradorite. You have a very keen eye. It's the first thing that I'm feeling. You look at things deeply. And something, you feel like you're not seeing something right now. And you're not. You may be misinterpreting a situation. We have scuba diver, I believe, was in my green fluorite crew. Constellation in my amethyst crew. And now I'm seeing not similar energies. They're coming up in a different way, but there is a through line. There is a through line. Spirit, what is the through line here? Something that reminds me of my green fluorite crew is there's a manifestation here that is very likely to occur. Practically guaranteed. And it may even be happening right now, or it's in a situation that already exists. But it feels to you, my beautiful Labradorite crew, like it's unlikely. And there's both a roundabout and a labyrinth here, which tells me that some pieces in this puzzle are delayed. Something is being held together, but it's being held together on bull poop. We've, for those who don't know, we have kind of amended some of all of our favorite curse words into new favorite words because we do have children watching. So, bull poop is holding a situation together right now because the corset creates an illusion, right, of this hourglass figure, and it's quite stiff. And it's, if you've ever worn a corset, you know, I have worn a few in my day. We can talk about why in another time, but they can be comfortable if they are, you know, nicely designed and custom to your proportions and whatnot, but they're only comfortable for so long. There comes a time when you want to take that thing off, and you want to take that thing off because you're aware that it is not natural. It is holding something together to create the illusion of a certain shape. Now, interestingly, following that immediately, we have optical illusion. So there is a situation that's being held together right now that is not true. It's not real. And with this child, what's really sticking out to me is this stubbornness, really hard, aggressive stubbornness. It's like the thing that's creating the optical illusion. It's contributing. And it's causing this situation to go round and round, much like this labyrinth. Now with the destroyer, this energy is all about collapsing optical illusions, smattering, smashing, destroying. Why not just say destroying that which does not serve, destroying that which is fake. The destroyer also comes to destroy things that we believe are real, are illusions. We really do believe it, but they're not. And Spirit says, something here is not, there's a redirect going on in this situation. And the wisdom and the acceptance are the key to unlocking the illusion. So what is it, Spirit? We have this cake and we have this rings. And it's like, whether this is literal, whether you, my beautiful Labradorite crew, are trying to not force, but are hoping for an outcome, like a wedding or like a bond. Because what does a wedding represent? A wedding is the celebration of a commitment. A wedding is a celebration of a commitment. But what has to be given up here? Right now it seems unlikely. Why does it seem unlikely? Because do you, my beautiful Labradorite crew, feel like you're all alone in this? Are you in a partnership with someone, or you're in an alliance with someone that you believe should be celebrated and made official in whatever way? It could be bosses, it could be a life partner, it could be friends, it could be anything. It could even be a family, a relationship with a child of yours, and you're butting heads. And you keep going round and round, and you're like, this is where I'm supposed to be. I feel like this is what's supposed to be happening. What's happening now is what's destined. But there's a holdup here, because this optical illusion and labyrinth are together, and this corset and this pioneer are together, which makes me think you feel all alone in this, my beautiful Labradorite crew. There's a huge feeling of loneliness, and there's this desire for you just wanting to get along. And when I say just, like, it's not like a small thing. You want to get along, and you want to have peace, and you want to know what tools to use to turn this unlikely celebration and this unlikely harmony into something that's very likely. And very likely is the energy of this situation. And I believe, because we're channeling for the collective, there are so many, being that it's a general reading, there are so many possibilities of what this thing could be. It doesn't just have to be a wedding, although some of you may wish you could be made official and get your rings and have your wedding. Others of you may wish that you could have peace with a child or a person in your life who's incredibly stubborn and won't allow you to move forward. You're trying to move forward as this pioneer, and you're like stuck in this labyrinth of boundaries, or I'm saying boundaries, but like other people's boundaries that keep you going round and round. And you're like, why are you making this more difficult than it has to be? You want partnership, you want peace, you want to get on the same page, and you feel like you have the tools to make that happen. But for whatever reason, it's unlikely, because there's an obstacle or block here. And with this scuba diver and crack shot, you are the one, my beautiful Labradorite crew, who's being encouraged to go deep and to look inside of yourself and find your network of support. Might not be the person that you think it is. It may not be this other person, the child or the partner, the boss, the entity who you're looking at for a resolution here. It could be somebody else. Right now, Spirit is saying we need to destroy this illusion. And I need to get some more information about what this illusion is. But we need to destroy this illusion and get you the support that you need, potentially from your friends. You may be working too hard, my beautiful Labradorite crew. You may be working too hard. And it's time to understand that whatever environment you're in is almost like a trap right now. And there is a group of people outside of that who can help you. There's a group of people who can help release the stress, the strain, and give you the mental release, the support, the fun, the play that you need to then come back to this situation with a renewed sense of vigor, a renewed sense of presence. My beautiful Labradorite crew, you are so worthy of love above all else. And I am here to remind you of that. Spirit is here to remind you of that. Your mind has been changing. You've been examining yourself and destroying your own concepts in your mind about what's real and what's false. What are the facts and what's not? How do you contribute and how don't you? And where is it in other people's hands and where is it in yours? And you've developed so much wisdom and acceptance as a result of that. Now we need to self-care you, my beautiful Labradorite crew. Now we need to remind you of how worthy of love you are and remind you that you have friends who want to celebrate with you, that this celebration and the commitment that you're looking for in this situation, and as a general reading, it could be so many different situations, but the partnership, the alliance, the peace you're looking for with this problematic individual, and I'm not saying they're problematic because they're toxic or bad, but because they're running up against your desires. All of that is going to solve itself, sort itself out when we step away from the immediate situation at hand. Because the outcome you're looking for is actually very likely. The outcome you're looking for, the alliance, the union, we see that represented in a few places here, is very likely, as unlikely as it feels. You feel very far away from celebration right now, my beautiful Labradorite crew. In your heart, you're like, I can't even think of having fun. I can't even think of relaxing. I can't even think of someone wanting to make a contract or a deal or a commitment with me. But the truth is that's happening now, and it's very likely, as unlikely as it feels. The optical illusion here, it seems to me, are the remnants of an old mindset. An old mindset that you, my beautiful Labradorite crew, have to hold everything together. That you are the one who is responsible for maintaining, for keeping order, for making sure everything runs smoothly, for, as it says on this card, getting stuff done. Other word that rhymes with other things. Anyway, you have this mindset, my beautiful Labradorite crew, that you are, or at least you used to, that you had to make it all happen. And now you are developing the wisdom to accept that although you are a very powerful person, my Labradorite crew, and you can do whatever you want and make whatever you want happen, you can even create the illusion of order. Spirit is saying, that's not your illusion to create. You don't have to hold everything together. In fact, we don't want you to. We would rather let everything fall apart, and instead of you trying to orchestrate, I almost expect the symphony card to be here because I feel this energy of orchestration. Instead of trying to orchestrate a positive outcome and try to orchestrate fun and try to orchestrate whatever it is that you're trying to orchestrate, peace, collaboration, understanding, order. Spirit says, let it all fall apart. Be the crack shot for your own life. Scuba dive your own depths. There's the 4 + 3, this makes 7, and we saw 7 over here as well. It's time for you to get grounded. We saw that with your little earth-centered die, showing us a pile of earth with a sprout coming out of it. It's time to get grounded and heal what you will benefit from healing. And what Spirit is letting you know now is that you're not going to benefit from trying to heal everybody else and try to get everyone else's ducks in a row. Go back to your people who are already here for you. Go back to your friends, your soul tribe. You already have an established soul tribe, my beautiful Labradorite crew. You have people who are on your side, who understand you, who love you, who can help you, who know you. It's time to go back to them. Because those individuals are your network of support. They are going to help you heal. They're going to help you blow off steam. They're going to help you have fun. Instead of trying to make a situation that's kind of the walls are closing in happen, let it be destroyed. If you don't hold this thing up by like a corset holds in a waist, What happens to it? Maybe it falls apart, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it turns into a wedding celebration with commitment, maybe it doesn't. But that is not for you to decide at this point in time. Your wisdom and your acceptance piece are all about understanding that what you can control is your own healing, your own mind, your own approach. And that you have a soul tribe who's just waiting for you to make some time to enjoy them and let them enjoy you. You're not alone in this, my beautiful Labradorite crew. You're only alone in this particular situation because it feels like you're the only one who's putting in the effort to make it go, who's putting in the effort to hold it together. It gives me the energy of a matriarch who is running a household and feels like they're doing it all alone. Particularly when the patriarch or let's say in a typical household where, not typical, but formerly stereotypical, like 1950s American housewife, where the spouse goes off to work and earn money, the money earner, breadwinner, and then the other spouse who's at home potentially taking care of the entire kingdom, that's kids, cooking, cleaning, organization, etc., etc. That is almost the energy that this situation is giving. Very similar, which is like one person is trying to make everything work and hold everything together. And then let's say the breadwinner comes home and is like, where's my dinner? And the one who's at home is like, wait a second, this is our castle. Can you help? So that may be literal for some. If that's a literal situation or the energy of it, Spirit's saying, the solution is to get out, get in the car, go, see some friends, hang out with your support network, and go where the energy is nourishing to you. The truth is a very likely positive outcome in this situation if space can be created within this situation. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so let's make room. Speaking of creating space, and let's see what new beginning, because what I'm sensing with Destroyer and Optical Illusion is that Spirit, when you create space in this situation, my beautiful Labradorite crew, Spirit is going to bust in with some new insights for you about your direction. So let's see. Spirit, for my beautiful Labradorite crew, what new beginning can they expect right now? Based off of this scenario, based off of where they are energetically, based off of the work they've been doing mentally, for understanding what they can control, for developing all the wisdom that they've developed, and all the acceptance. What can they expect as far as new beginnings? I'm going to go from the bottom. An array of cards coming from all over the deck, kind of like the energy of these oracle cards too. It was such an interesting, the way that they erupted out of the deck and came out was a little haphazard and a little crazy. Two of my favorite forms of energy, haphazard and crazy. You heard it here first. And yet it told quite a deep, interesting, nuanced story. So we have Justice. We have Ace of Wands. We have the Seven of Pentacles. We have the King of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Wow. We have the Ace of Pentacles. And we have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Fascinating, fascinating. So the first thing we see here with Justice in reverse is that it seems, again, the situation that you're in, my beautiful Labradorite crew, who is so very worthy of love and to be honored for all the magic you make and all the order you keep. It's truly remarkable. It seems like that situation is going to require the distance we talked about, because right now it is, being that it's in reverse, we have this, here's this mantra that they've placed, and this is one of the reasons that I love this deck, is they have so many extra words and insights that can speak to the quality of the reading, but this is really relevant here. I get what I give. This is the energy that we saw in the oracles, which is that right now what you're giving is not being reciprocated. So when you distance yourself from this situation and find a way to give to yourself, particularly with the friends group and the constellation here, we then find this inspiration, massive amounts of inspiration that are going to lead to this incredible wave of abundance. I mean, huge. If you have been worried about finance at all, or you've been having financial struggles and you've been wondering how you're going to proceed, how you're going to survive, what you're going to do next, the inspiration that comes as a result of getting some distance from your current situation creates this new beginning for your abundance. And here's what happens. You will get this idea of what to do, either a job or self-employment or a creative work or a new partnership, a new alliance. And it immediately leads you to the Seven of Pentacles. It doesn't even start with the Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles comes later, which is like another wave of prosperity. But the Seven of Pentacles shows us that something that's already been growing, something you've already put money toward, or effort or time toward, can be used to create financial prosperity. So whether that's a creative project you'd already been working on, or that is an idea you've already been sitting on for a while, you are going to be reminded of that when you start getting some distance and space from your immediate environment and get out with your friends and social group and start having a conversation. Because the Ace of Wands is also about a good time. It's close to spirit. It is a time of perhaps it's fire energy. So perhaps socializing, there could be some imbibing going on. Whatever it is, you're kind of cutting loose. So you come up with this idea to either work off of an investment you've already made or an idea you've already had and turn it into something. With the King and the Queen of Pentacles, this is uncanny that these two would come out both upright, all of these upright in a row. It tells me that you are meant to have security and you're meant to have financial abundance. And if this isn't about finances for you, you're meant to feel grounded. We did see this Earth die come up right away. So your new ways of thinking are going to bring you both internal and external abundance. So you'll come up with an idea that is perfectly balanced, and you'll pitch it to the right people, or you're going to land in the right environment. And when I say perfect balance, I mean the pieces within you, my beautiful Labradorite crew, because I do think you're coming up with this one on your own. With the Three of Pentacles in reverse, I think later someone may try to get a little chunk of your change. They may try to jump on board, and you're going to say, hey, hold on. I came up with this idea myself, darling, and I put all the effort and all the work and all the investment into it myself. So therefore, and I don't know why you're going to become British all of a sudden, but that is what this accent is supposed to be. Therefore, I will be reaping the rewards. Thank you very much. It does feel like it's going to be a solo endeavor. And because of the energy that we saw here with being an environment where people are prone to take a lot of what you give and maybe not reciprocate it back to you, I do see that you will hold fast in your boundaries and be like, no, I'm either going to hold this one for myself or share it with the people who have been a support for me. But this is going to pay in dividends. So what you're manifesting, my beautiful Labradorite crew, is not just a change of mind and a change of thinking that's led to more wisdom and more acceptance. It's destroying this idea that you owe anybody anything. And then it's proceeding with your own brilliance to build an empire very quickly. See, normally I would say maybe not so quickly because of all the pentacles being slow-moving energy, but with the Ace of Wands here and that inspiration, and with the momentum of all of this energy and all of your personal power, which is a lot, and the fact that we have the waxing gibbous moon here, I see this happening very quickly for you. We've got the King and the Queen side by side, for heaven's sakes. And then the Ace of Pentacles is like you go from investing, having immediate returns, living absolutely wealthfully, to then it generates something else on top of that. It generates enough for you to be able to give generously. So by the time we get to this end part where someone's either trying to jump in and join the party, or you decide that a collaborator is no longer needed, potentially. Someone that you were collaborating with or relying on is no longer needed. You step into your own power. That's what's happening here, my beautiful Labradorite crew. And it's being represented materially because that might be on the forefront of your mind right now. But it's also happening spiritually, because things can't manifest materially and last and be sustained unless there is an intrinsic, innate, internal abundance. And the king, in my interpretation, is the external manifestation of wealth. And the queen is the internal manifestation of wealth. And to have them both together means that a mindset that you've cultivated, my beautiful Labradorite crew, has paid dividends. This mindset has become your reality, that you are more than capable of coming up with an idea or doing what you want or need to do to create, to change your world, to bust out of this limiting situation where you feel trapped. I see a person going from feeling trapped to destroying that illusion, literally destroying the illusion, getting out of the labyrinth, and arriving in a place of prosperity and wealth. You are absolutely capable of it. It is your new beginning. It is your birthright. It is what you are empowered to do. And it is going to be a life changer for you, my beautiful Labradorite crew. Absolutely a life changer. Let's get some advice. I mean, look at all this green. That's what you're going to be saying when you open your wallet. Look at all this green. If it's American money. If it's not, it might be like, look at all this gold, or look at all these whatever color your dollars are there, or your bills, papers. I'm not sure how they're referred to internationally, but your money is going to be everywhere that you want it to be. Spirit, what is your advice for my beautiful Labradorite crew as they go through this journey, as they discover their own empowerment, as they bust out and destroy the illusions of being trapped in a situation where they have to give more than they receive? Star Mother, how can you mother yourself? Yes, that goes with this Queen of Pentacles. Stepping into this internal Empress energy and mothering yourself, giving the energy that you give to others to yourself. Take a break, a life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. Oh, I love that. That's exactly what Spirit was saying with the friends and constellation. Get away from the hustle. Release yourself, set yourself free, have some fun, and that's where your inspiration is going to come from that changes your life. Anna, grandmother of Jesus. Wow, this kind of looks like Jesus's mom, and then I guess this is Jesus's mom's mom. It's like a big momming theme going on here. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. Yes, this is all in the divine plan to help you discover your autonomous ability to thrive as this individual crack shot. I see a lot of feminine power represented here, and irrespective of your gender or identification, it's this learning to balance your power, your intensity, and in a way, the crack shot is like the masculine projective version of the feminine, because this is the female, which represents receptive energy, and then a gun, which is totally projective masculine energy. So it's like learning to balance the mothering yourself, but then when it comes to building your empire, not being afraid to be sharp, go forth and get it. Be, in this card, it says competent, superior, precise, expert, sharp tongue, witty, clear cut, dead on, intense. So take back that mothering power, give it to yourself, and then step out into the world and demand what you desire. Pillar of light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. Yes, that is what we saw happening in these dice, with you working on your own internal thoughts, with you healing pain, with you coming to terms with the Virgo, with checks and balances, and the serving of others with the Virgo. That makes sense now, in that you've been serving others for so long. Now Spirit is saying, how about you serve yourself? Your new beginning, my beautiful Labradorite crew, is this moment where you get to serve yourself and put all the incredible giving energy that you have, which is pretty much like infinite. I see you could give all day to the end of time. You can organize the most disorganized things. But Spirit says, no, it's not going to be as rewarding as if you do that for yourself. And if you give to yourself what you give to others, look at the empire that you will build. Look at the legacy that you will leave, not just for yourself, but for anyone who comes after you. What a stunning, empowering thing, my beautiful Labradorite. No wonder you've got a mischievous energy, because you've got a secret inside of you for something that's going to change the world. It's certainly going to change your world. And when we change our own worlds, we change the collective. So we need you to do this, my beautiful Labradorite crew. Take a break from the work, have some fun, allow yourself to be inspired, and whatever comes of that, go forth and build it, because your new beginning is the promise that you will succeed at whatever it is you choose to do, and you don't have to rely on anybody else. You're not bound to anyone else. You don't owe anyone else anything. You are a free agent, and your joy and your wholeness and your inner satisfaction is what will make those around you their best selves, not pouring out of your cup until you're on empty and then wondering what is the meaning of life. The meaning of life is love, and it's time that you get to experience that, because you are so very worthy of it, my beautiful Labradorite crew. So very worthy. And with that, I am sending you off to go forth and hang out with your friends and have some fun. If you liked this reading, please like it. If you'd like a key to the Little Reader's house, please subscribe. If you want to talk about the specifics of your story and support the other Labradorite crews down below, and also let the Little Reader know what's going on, I would love to see your comment. They're absolutely welcomed, read, and adored here in the Little Reader's house. And finally, if you cannot get enough of this type of thing, which, based off of your introspection and your mind changing and your willingness to heal and level up, that may be so. If you missed the intro to this video, we have now created the Little Reader's World, which is a Patreon where we go deeper and deeper into not just pick a card readings, but channelings from extra dimensional beings and from spirit and from my guides and your guides. And we're doing some rituals and having some fun with magic, manifestation, and creation. So if you find yourself interested in that, there's a link in the description box to the Little Reader's World. So until we meet again, my beautiful Labradorite crew, I'm sending you all the love I've got and more, which is enough to change worlds. Bye for now. Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to your reading about your new beginning and where it's starting and how it's starting in what area of your life. If you chose this beautiful rainbow moonstone that does have a very visible rainbow inclusion, my goodness, I hope this is showing up on camera for you, because it's there and it's stunning, then you're in exactly the right place alongside the Tarot of Oneness. We are going to get started on your reading, my beautiful, juicy rainbow moonstone. I'm going to pop your tarot over to the side. Boop. And we're going to cast some dice. See, I'm still struggling with saying dice or die or dies. Now, I know dies can't be right, but I'm choosing to struggle nonetheless, because sometimes struggling is fun. I'm going to cast these to get an idea of what area of your life is changing right now, where the most energy is situated, causing the most new beginning and transformation in your life. And then I'm going to arrange them once they go down right here and deconstruct or decode them, and then come back and tell you what it means. Woo! Okay, I'm going to organize these babies, and I'll be right back with some wisdom. All right, my beautiful rainbow moonstone. Welcome back, me, because you're still here and I'm the one who was gone. Oh, I saw the flash. Did you see it? There's another rainbow in there. Absolutely gorgeous. I find it so interesting, your energies here, because they're already telling a story. You selected Rainbow Moonstone, which is all about intuition, seeing the hidden. It reminds me of the moon card in the tarot, which is revealing the subconscious. And the fact that the rainbow is there also speaks to me of healing. So let's talk about your energies. You've got the new moon, which of course means the new beginning rolling in. And we know that you're in a new beginning per this reading. That's what we're looking at. So that is of no surprise to me here. We also have the fire element, which means there's a transformational shift going on here. The burning of the old, creating the fertilizer for the new. These two energies go together beautifully. Now here's where it starts to get interesting. With that, we also have Aries energy, which means that you could be an Aries, or you could simply be taking this fiery approach in your life right now to stepping forth, burning out the old and bringing in new. Aries is all about leadership. I believe it is the first sign of the Zodiac. It is kind of an entrepreneurial, forward-thinking trailblazer. Trailblazer. That is the energy I'm getting from right here. Trailblazing into a new zone, you are. And I must be Yoda. Then over here we have the 5th house. And numerology is number 7. And Neptune is your planet. So here's how I'm interpreting this. With the number 7 here, this energy is all about introspection and sometimes spirituality and revising old thoughts. It doesn't have to be revising, but it's like this internal search. So the fire and the trailblazer perspective may be part of an internal journey. The reason I say that is with Neptune, that's when we start to bring in this rainbow moonstone energy, which is intuition, things that are going on in the dark, underneath the sea, in the emotional areas. Now that's really interesting combined with a fire energy, but it actually makes sense because with the rainbow in the rainbow moonstone, rainbows are the product of light. But the moon usually shows up in the dark. So you could be doing some shadow work. You could also be putting light in areas of your life that you hadn't previously looked at before. And with the 5th house, I think you're also potentially exploring how you bring your shadow work into your creativity, into your sensuality, into the way you relate to others, into what you share and don't share with them. Intuitively, I feel like you're looking for traces of yourself and other people. It's like you've got a radar, my beautiful rainbow moonstone, and you're starting to sense who is on the same page, who is doing this work, who is tuned in, turned on to the metaphysical side of life, the self-improvement side of life, who is interested in blazing through their own shadow and their own baloney. We're censoring naughty words right now because it's come to my attention that we have child viewers. So out of respect for the children, we are keeping the words green and clean. So baloney, you've got a baloney meter and your perception is heightened. That is what I'm getting here, is that your new beginning may very well be the result of a psychic awakening. But let's see. We were just having fun with the dice. The dice, yeah, not the dice. We were just having fun with the dice, so we're going to scoot them over, and we're going to get the cards rolling. Thank you for enjoying a little bit of fun with me there. Hopefully those dice continue to make a resurgence at different points. Now let's see here. Spirit, do show us where my beautiful rainbow moonstone is having a new beginning. A new beginning. Whoop. Right here. Oh, and we're going to do 3 for you. Wow. Power packed. No one has had 3. And you're my last crew, my beautiful Rainbow Moonstone, who is so worthy of love, did you know? Worthy of love above all else. More and more and more love, never less. You're getting more and more and more archetype cards, so that's very exciting. Where is my beautiful Rainbow Moonstone experiencing this new beginning, Spirit? Ooh, interesting. So it's going to be more of these cards, yes, and less of these oracles here. Very interesting, because the proportions are totally inverse to what the other crews have experienced, and that's okay. Spirit, show us where my beautiful Rainbow Moonstone crew is having their new beginning. All right, let's move these down and start unveiling some things. Ooh, not so far down there out of the frame though. That'll do. Starting with the mask. Ooh, speaking of a revealing of the true self, the box. And I always am obsessed over how these 2 cards have almost the same background. I don't know if you can see the colors are so very similar to me in both of these cards. It's like they go together. We go together like something, something, something. What is that? Grease? I don't know. But again, look at this. The color again. So the mask, the box, the threshold. Somebody is most certainly busting out with a new identity that is the result of some healing work, some introspection, and just being done with limits. This is fire energy for sure. This is absolutely Aries energy as well. You don't have to be in Aries to be in Aries energy. But the new beginning being a psychic one is feeling very, very resonant. Miracle, wow. Rejection, ooh. And balance, fascinating. So we've got crown chakra, solar plexus chakra, and third eye. And then what else do we have here? Happening now, okay. Tandem bicycle, rings, what? And cake. This is so interesting. Tandem bicycle, rings, and cake came up, and so did happening now. All 4 of these cards came up for, I think it was my Labradorite crew, but not in these same placements. They came up at different points. And the happening now, I think it came up it's come up multiple times. There's definitely repeated energy signatures across our crews today, and I think that's typical anytime A, we do a reading, and you have the same reader do all 4, and B, when the collective is experiencing something together. But I'll just let you know right off the bat. For some of you, you're getting married. Congratulations. That's very exciting. Can I come? And for others, this is about a discovery of your authentic self and a harmony and agreement between parts of you within yourself. So we see here with the rings and the tandem bicycle is huge emphasis on balance. And I also see that balance is represented here in the balance card. Ooh, in the balance. And I do feel like something's hanging in the balance right now, my beautiful Rainbow Moonstone. So with the mask, the box, and the threshold, all in the same color, you are choosing, you are at a point, also I can't help but notice the pyramid shape that I have unconsciously put these into. You are at a point where you are deciding that it's time to stop doing things the way they've always been done. Then more specifically, my beautiful Rainbow Moonstone crew, the way that you've always done them. You understand that there's a miracle within you that perhaps you have been resisting, and rejecting, because you didn't know what it was going to do to your life. You weren't sure if you stepped over the threshold into this. There's another card, and we're going to look at the deck that it's in, and maybe it'll even come up, that puts two words together, threshold and initiation. And I see that here. There's been a part of you that you have sensed the magic in. You've known the potential of it. You knew that when you were ready, you could bust it out. In fact, you even see in this card a person is illustrated in, I don't know if it's going to show up with the lighting situation we've got, but there's a person coming out of this stump, a spirit, I believe, in the fable that's associated with this card. But it's like a part of you has been inside that's been ready to come out, and you kind of held it off, because you didn't know how it was going to play out once you said, okay, come on out, part of me. With Neptune, I also often think of death and what's hidden, given the association with the water as well. It could be your emotional body. It could be your creative side. It could be part of your identity. It could be part of your sexuality. Or it could be a way that you want to choose to live. A more sensitive, magical, creative side of yourself that you've always known was here, my beautiful Rainbow Moonstone crew, but you were not ready to express it because A, you feared rejection for it, and B, you were not sure how it would affect your life, because I think your life's balance has been generated by a very well put together version of yourself that you have always relied on to provide you with a certain type of experience, a predictable type of experience. I'm not saying it wasn't fun. I think you would describe yourself as a very out of the box person. So I think you might be personally thrown off by this box and by this idea that there's been any part of you that's hidden. And yet we see it very clearly here that there has, and that you, my beautiful Rainbow Moonstone, are ready to shine a light on something that's been in the dark for a very, very long time. Again, you've always known it was there. And I'm seeing what's happening now here, I think. I don't think that you necessarily were trying to hide it. I just think that life wasn't giving you the opportunity to show it. So much more like a passive rejection than a aggressive, no, hide that. It was more like, no, nowhere in my life do I have an opportunity to show this side of myself. At work, I'm very this way. With my friends, I'm pretty much always this way. With my family, I'm always this way. And when I'm by myself, I'm this way. And none of those ways that you've been within this box, which is a box within a box, 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 but there in the center is this little glimmering light. Never within all those ways that you have been have you had the opportunity to step over the threshold and unmask yourself. Except for now, this new beginning. This new beginning that comes as a result of you looking at yourself, and I'm looking back at these dice over here and looking at the planets and looking at the numbers. With this creativity die that came up and with this fire, creativity being 5th house, fire being represented by fire, leadership being represented by Aries, also combined with this Neptune in this 7, which speaks to spiritual looking in the darkness, and of course the new moon. It tells me that you are ready. This almost looks like a flame to me as well. You are ready to cross the threshold and unmask yourself because something, oh, there it is. Something is hanging in the balance. What is hanging in the balance? Well, a wedding, a partnership. Let me just be real literal right here, right now. This card says happening now, and it shows me a couple of happy lovers on it. Okay, this card says tandem bicycle, hookup, harmony, join, alliance, duo, partnership, and it shows me 2 very happy people sharing a bicycle. This card says rings, and this card says cake. So is the thing that's hanging in the balance a potential love interest? It doesn't have to be. This is like the most basic literal interpretation of the cards that we can go. When I say basic, I don't mean like, oh, basic. I mean straightforward. We can get a little bit more metaphorical, theoretical, and allegorical in a minute. But really, is there, I mean, a couple of things. Quite literally, there could be a person who's caught your eye, who you're like, whoa-de whoa, that is a person I want to be with. Happening right now. Someone in your life that you know in order to be in tandem, sync with them, to have these rings and this cake one day, maybe, you're going to have to pull out this creative side of yourself. You're going to have to show them all of you. The entirety of you, my beautiful rainbow moonstone. You dynamic individual who has both yin and yang represented right here in you. Really coming into balance, really showing all of yourself. Sometimes it could be a little bit dark and a whole lot of light. Sometimes it could be dark and a little bit of light. You've got all these dimensions to you, my beautiful rainbow moonstone. And you're again realizing now something's hanging in the balance that's important. Doesn't have to be a person, although I really like that interpretation because I love weddings. If I could live a separate life as a wedding crasher, you better believe I would be on that thing. But it doesn't have to be. It could be other things. It could be your own celebration of yourself. If this has to do with sexuality at all, this could be having to do with the hope of getting married to someone someday who maybe you never thought you'd have that opportunity to love, to have long-term commitment that other people celebrate, unless you reveal to them that aspect of yourself. It seems really interpersonal to me. Let's get a little bit more from the Zodiac deck and see a couple more clarifiers for each of these, or like backup expounding energies. Can we get 4 more cards, Spirit, that provide clarity for the general reading for everybody here who's going to be watching? 4 more cards to go under each of these that provide more insight as to the significance of each one. Ooh, okay. Wow. Wait a second. This is 4 cards right here. Ugh. Okay. Well, here's what we're going to do. We got 4, and then we got another 4. So we'll bust these out if we need them. Happening now. Pearl, yes. Opening up. So there's this opening up, this honesty, diving deep that's going on right now. We talked about that for sure, because something's hanging in the balance. What's hanging in the balance? Well, there's this partnership. It looks like this desire for partnership. Bonfire is enthusiasm, energy, joy, passion, ecstasy, community. So that's what we've talked about already for sure. With the rings, ooh, we've got roadblock. Okay. So this is committed partner, engaged, interconnected, soulmate, contracts, agreements, and bonds. But then here we have a roadblock. So this speaks to exactly what we said, which is things hanging in the balance. There's a detour right now. There's an obstacle. There's some stalling going on. And then with the cake, the universe. So the cake represents, it doesn't have to represent a literal wedding, but of course, if it does, as I said, feel free to email me the invite. It also represents everything. A celebration of all that is. Source, infinite, unending, enduring, eternal, creation, awakening, interconnected, heaven, higher perspective, all that is. It's wholeness, it's unity. You, my beautiful Rainbow Moonstone crew, your new beginning is taking off the mask, getting out of the box, and stepping over the threshold to embrace the miracle that is within you, which has been rejected for so long, that is actually going to help to provide the balance in your life that you so richly deserve, because you are so very worthy of love above all else. And we see it in this emotional opening up to get through a roadblock. that allows you this opportunity for partnership, this opportunity for commitment, this opportunity for love and celebration. Now, about these 4 mystery cards. Let's just see what they are. Ooh. Crystal ball. Interesting. Future planning, ESP, something you know about already. Person of water, emotionally connected, psychic, empathic, intuitive. I think this is who you've been recently. This gives me that Neptune energy. Feeling deeply, heart-centered. Winter and fortress. So you've known this was coming for a long time, my beautiful Rainbow Moonstone crew. You've known that this was coming. And you've been wondering when you were going to release, when you were going to come out of the fortress, when winter was going to end. By embodying this emotionally balanced individual, who again, I have re-theorized my theory to believe that you've always been, but you just never had the opportunity or the incentive. Oh, what a great word. The incentive to reveal it and show it the way you do now. How exciting. So let's see what happens when you show it. Let's see what happens. I'm going to scoot these out of the way, but I'm going to make room by retaining all of these energies here. So we're building like a snowball of energies. When you reveal this side of yourself, my beautiful Moonstone crew, and you open up and you show this pearl, what is that new beginning going to look like? I almost lost a card there. Spirit, show us for my beautiful Rainbow Moonstone crew. What is this new beginning going to look like? Okay, 5 of Swords pops out of the deck all on its own. What is this going to look like for my beautiful Rainbow Moonstone crew when they open up and show their stance, show their true stance, their true position? Ah, 10 of Swords on the back of the deck. So it looks like the end of a lot of mental anguish with the 10 of Swords and the 5 of Swords at the onset. You have been agonizing about this, my beautiful Rainbow Moonstone crew, and I'm here to hold you and tell you that it is okay. You're like a little hamster. I want to pet you. I don't know, I haven't even touched a hamster in like 20 years, but my goodness, you're just like cozy and furry, and I want to hold you and let you know that it's all going to be okay, and that you're adorable and wonderful, and all this fear and worry, I understand that it's hard to unmask and reveal this thing, but your new beginning is assured. Your new beginning that leads to, the end of lack. We have a 5 of Pentacles. So there's been a real big hole. Look, I'm even pointing at a hole right here. There's a hole where there's no card. There's been a real big hole in your life, my beautiful Rainbow Moonstone crew, where you have felt the absence of this thing and have not had the opportunity to show it, share it, be it. Look, 3 of Swords. So 10 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords. You've been, agony is not the right word. Your heart has been broken, my beautiful Rainbow Moonstone. So let's take a deep breath before we go any further. And cough as well. Coughing break, not coffee, but coughing. But really, let's take a deep breath. Let all the air out of your lungs. Exhale all the way to the diaphragm. And then inhale deeply in the belly. And hold it for just a moment and sigh it all out. One more time because we're cool like that. Deep breath in. And hold it and release it. Beautiful, beautiful. You are so worthy of love. And honestly, you have this cuddly quality that I just want to nourish and nurture and love on so much. This has been so hard with the 10 of Swords and the 5 of Swords. Ultimate worry, catastrophic loss, thinking you didn't have something. Then at some point, constructing a reality or a narrative where you felt safe and comfortable in that. We see it in the mask here. But it truly left you feeling alone. Here we have this trophy all by itself on cracked ground. Oop, can you see that in the light in here? Trophy all by itself. And that, although having that trophy and living in that box may have felt, you know, okay on the outside, because it did create a very specific type of narrative that was maybe balanced. And like we said, in one place you're this person, one place you're that person, one place you're this person. It left you with this huge empty feeling of lack, like you're missing something very precious to you, very dear to you. With these 2 feet, it reminds me of the threshold card. 2 feet standing at the threshold. 2 feet standing at the threshold, like standing, but for what? Standing for what? And then the 3 of Swords showed me that this pain deepened. The pain deepened because, I think because of whatever is hanging in the balance here for you, my beautiful Rainbow Moonstone crew. Whatever is hanging in the balance means so very much to you. Whether that's your true identity, whether that's the relationship with a specific person, or the opportunity for that beautiful love, an unending, enduring, eternal, interconnected existence where you just get to be who you are. Maybe it's revealing who you are spiritually and saying, you know, I believe in this stuff. I believe in tarot and spirits and mediumship and ghosts and heaven, the other side. Whatever it is, revealing whatever that aspect of the true you is. It's going to bring this inspiration of wands. Ah, the 2 of Swords. So the ability to make a decision. Oh, the 4 of Wands. Success, elation, and the High Priestess. Wow. So here, after the 3 of Swords and the broken heart and the pain of suppressing this aspect of yourself, my beautiful Rainbow Moonstone, we have the Inspiration of Wands. Now, I believe the Inspiration of Wands is the Page of Wands in this deck. Where did I put? Yes, I brought the book because every time the court cards come up, with a couple of exceptions, I know the embodiment is the King, but I get confused about the inspiration. Yes, the inspiration is the Page. So the Page of Wands here, so beautifully represented by fire and these butterflies flying out of this candle in the light. No, can you see that? It's beautiful. And then we have 2 citrine crystals there. And what is that one? Is that onyx? Let me see. What is the crystal represented in the Inspiration of Wands? It is... shungite. Okay, yeah. So we got our citrine and shungite here. And it's the healing stone is one of the most dynamic of the crystal realm and is fantastic for boosting energy levels and correcting imbalances. And here we have the balance. So I think in your effort to create a semblance of a balanced life, my beautiful Rainbow Moonstone, and you did the best that you could with what you knew. You did wonderfully. Spirit is applauding you. If you can believe it, please know there has not been a moment of your journey that's been wasted. Not a second. It's all been leading up to this beautiful transformation. But with this Inspiration of Wands, you're going to start feeling passion again in this new beginning. You may already feel it. We have, in addition to this butterflies, I think that's a salamander, a dragonfly. It's a host of life. There are stars in there. It's inspiration. It's fire. It's Wands energy. It's what was represented in your die right here as the fire. It's like there's a bonfire here too. There's a desire in you, my beautiful Rainbow Moonstone crew, to feel passion again, to feel awakened, to feel alive, to feel the miracle. You know it's in you, and you know by expressing it out of yourself, whatever that truth is, whatever. See, it's so funny because this miracle and Inspiration of Wands both have something bursting out of a source. Wow, I get chills seeing that. The similar imagery on these 2 cards. is something is bursting forth out of a single source. And that single source is you. And you know, by letting that part of yourself come out, it's going to align you with the true balance that you really desire and the true balance that you really deserve. And this Two of Swords means you won't have to live a double life anymore. I get big double life vibes here. And it is in part from the cards, but largely channeled energy simply by sitting in your auric field, which is that it's not even something you've done intentionally. It's never been done as a way to manipulate or control anybody. The double life and the shapeshifter aspect of you is a survival talent. And it is, in fact, a talent that you've developed, which actually probably has great implications for you as a performer and creative. But it has made life feel performative, which is spoken to by the voids and the pains that we see here in the heart. The performative aspect is, it's like nuking your spirit. And by aligning with your truth and revealing that to the person or to the people in your life, that it gives you the opportunity for that love, community, truth. And we see that here in the Four of Wands. Celebration, fulfillment. Look at this person putting their hands up to celebrate, clad in full rainbow colors, I might add. And everyone else has got their hands up too, just letting this magic come from them and pour on them. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. A festival of colors shining on you. That fire, that inspiration coming back. That is your new beginning. And we end with the High Priestess, which has a few meanings here. And given that this is a reading, a general reading for the collective, the multiple meanings are to be expected. So take the one that is right for you, and you'll know it immediately. Let me center this real quick. The High Priestess to me speaks to a lot of things, but to me personally, it has a symbolism with the union of opposites coming together. It's represented here beautifully that way. We see the two pillars from the original High Priestess illustration in the Rider-Waite. We've got yin and yang, a union of opposites, a partnership. We see that that's kind of your wish here. That's something that you've been searching for that new beginning for. And that's certainly where it's coming in, is with that union. It's also the number 2. So if you've been looking for love, true love that sees you as you are and is emotionally fulfilling, like this pearl, once you open up and express that, that is what you are going to receive. The other part of it is the union within yourself, of accepting that you are more than you thought you were. You can be emotional and be safe doing it. You can be goofy and silly and be safe doing it. You can be spiritual and be safe doing it. You can express your true sexuality and be safe doing it. You can be an artist and be safe doing it. You can be, maybe neurodivergent and be safe being it. You can be whatever it is about you that has not been released to the public. You can unmask, get out of the box, step over the threshold, and express your truth. And not only be safe doing it, but be the High Priestess, irrespective of gender. It will prove that your intuitions have been accurate this whole time. It will align you with your own divinity once again. The High Priestess is one of the most all-knowing characters in the entire tarot, if not the most. It is total attunement with all parts of you. It is sitting back in comfort and knowing who you are. And I'm not saying you have to express these things to the entire world right off the bat thoughtlessly. You can do it slowly because the High Priestess sits calmly and allows those who need to know, and those who might like to know can ask, and then she'll decide whether they get to know or not know. So this is not necessarily about, unless you want to, run out and tell everyone everything. But it shows me that you go into a position of power here once this is expressed, once you step over that threshold and embrace that part of yourself. And the High Priestess mixed with the Four of Wands, look, traditionally the Four of Wands also has wedding imagery in it. And then here are rings and our cake. So if you are getting married or trying to, and this is all about a proposal, A, do it, and B, I'm telling you, I'm great at weddings. Another thing is the proposal can be a metaphor. For those who it's not a literal proposal of love to somebody, it's a proposal of love to yourself, to be yourself, to show yourself, to open up emotionally, to be honest, to reveal, to go into that Neptune energy with the torch of fire. What an interesting combination. And reveal what's in the emotional ocean where you live, where you reside. So your new beginning, my beautiful rainbow moonstone, comes as a result of expressing your truth, and with it comes this divine union, whether it's between you or another person, or you and yourself, or you and your true identity. You are promised absolute success. You are promised celebration. You are promised that you will be welcomed when you make the choice to share. You won't even, once you make that choice to share and be yourself, you'll be in perfect balance. You won't find yourself having to make those hard choices again, because you won't be choosing between the world-facing view that the mask represents, like, oh, okay, what people see and then what I see. You're just going to be being. You're going to be in this state of being like the High Priestess, comfortable and fulfilled in it. Oh, look, Queen of Cups there. Oh, wait, Queen of Cups? We're not going to go down that road again. Court card, cups, and it's not the page and it's not the king. Either way, emotional fulfillment lies in all of this. Your emotional fulfillment hangs in the balance. So express it, go forth, have the conversation, or hang the flag, wear the colors, speak the truth. Whatever it is, you will be so richly rewarded with this new beginning. And I can't wait for that, because you so deserve it, my beautiful Rainbow Moonstone crew. You so, so, so deserve it. So with that, let's get some advice for you about how to proceed. In this situation, you know what your situation is. Spirit, show us what my beautiful Rainbow Moonstone crew can do. Ooh, we're going to do back of the deck. Ah, Star Mother. That also came up for... Who did that come up for? Labradorite Crew. So let's see here. Take a break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. That also came up for my Labradorite Crew. Council of Light. Divine orchestration. Helpers in the subtle realms. Unbound. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Ooh, I love that. And the Great Gathering, it's all coming together. Intuitive hits, Soul Tribe. Yes, my beautiful Rainbow Moonstone crew. And here's the little wedding cake popping out. By letting yourself loose and letting go of any soul patterns, contracts, past lives where you've been limited or had to hide your truth in a box, you are manifesting destiny. You are stepping into the next version of yourself. It's been divinely orchestrated. You have help. Your guides are with you. Again, no time has been wasted. Nothing's gone wrong here. It's all come together as part of the great plan. And when it happens and you have that opportunity to share your emotional truth in whatever capacity applies for you, your work here is done. Take a break means this is not meant to be work anymore. You have the 10 of Swords here. This has obviously been weighing on you heavily, as well as the 5 of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles and the 3 of Swords. This has been stabbing at your heart, stabbing at your head. It's time to take a break from that. Get off the treadmill and follow your heart. Follow your emotional truth. Like the pearl, open up. Well, is it a pearl or is it an oyster? I know the card is a pearl, but I suppose you're like the oyster with a pearl. Open up and reveal the magic and the truth of you, my beautiful rainbow moonstone. And with the star mother mothering yourself, it's remembering that to do this is a great act of self-care. To do this and to be gentle with yourself while doing it. Not to put pressure, but to gently allow yourself to open up. You don't necessarily have to crack that oyster open, but instead coax it out. Put yourself in a situation where you're comfortable. If it's a conversation, put yourself in a situation where you're at home, where you feel good. And then let it happen. And know that you'll be protected. You've got a council of light looking out for you. All this shadow work, you've done it. You got the intuitive hit. You know what to do next. Now it's just a matter of letting the truth come out so that you don't have to work so hard to be you. Because you are so worthy of love exactly as you are. Exactly as you are. So my beautiful, beautiful rainbow moonstone, whose rainbow is flashing me right now. I love that. I'm so proud of you and excited for you. We need your truth. We need your honesty. We need you as you in this world. If you enjoyed the reading, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like a key to the Little Reader's house, please subscribe so you can come back anytime and get notified when Spirit's got more to say through this mouth and these hands. And comments. If you want to share with us your truth, who you are, what this is, I would love to know so that our community can support you and send you love and that you can be added to our not so secret prayer list. Everyone in the Little Reader's house gets a prayer. And just so you can feel the love of your soul tribe, because you are not alone in this. And finally, if you didn't get to see the intro of this video, the Little Reader's World has just been created, which is a Patreon where you can join and you can get even more specific pick-a-card readings with healing elements, magical manifestation elements, and channeling from Spirit, the divine, and all of the guides and beings out there who want to chat with us. In the interim, I'm sending you all the love I got, enough to pass through the threshold of this phone screen or computer screen or TV screen, and to surround you and embrace you and let you know that it is all going to be okay. Until we meet again, my beautiful rainbow moonstone, bye for now.